Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
Boxingboys.com.
4 division world champion Mikey Garcia.
That boy's like fucking 39, 40 years old.
WBC Production.
2 division world champion Jesse Vargas.
Honestly, well, who has he fought?
Guerrero v Guerrero is a great fight.
Francis hasn't been fighting anything.
In an all-action Mexican fight, I think he's going to light up the fans in Texas and also live on Dazn. Brilliant fighters and a fight that can only go one way, which is one of pure excitement.
Hasn't been active. Anybody will tell you that.
You know, it's not gonna be an easy fight. I don't think it's an easy fight. I don't take easy fights. In fact, there was fights that I turned down because I felt they were too easy. I want to have a challenge. I want to have something that can really push me, that can really motivate me and excite me. And Jesse Vargas does that. I'm gonna bounce back. I'm gonna show everybody that there's much more that I'm accomplished, a lot more to deliver. I wanna keep growing that legacy. I wanna keep giving the fans fights to remember.
Ain't no other sight in the game to see the boxing boys.
Good morning, TBV. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another morning edition with the Boxing Voice Radio. 9 a.m. on the East Coast, 6 a.m. on the West Coast, 8 a.m. Central, 7 Mountain Time. What's going on? We're here to talk Jermall Charlo, who says, I'll fight Triple G. He says Chris Eubank's daddy was shivering when he met him and sized him up. And he confirms that he's not a 168 pounder, that this is him challenging the 168 pounders. You know, this is him challenging everyone. But he is being called vaccines only on the internet because one of the latest terms to make a fight, stipulations, you're right, to make a fight with Jermall Charlo is that you be fully vaccinated. Fully vaccinated. I mean, I guess that's not a big issue. When David Benavidez came out on Max Kellerman's Max on Boxing and said that he would do the vaccination, I guess the issue is going to be finding someone that would do it for him, being as though he's under 25. Mario Munguia has been vaccinated. He's into all that stuff, you know. He lifts the weights, he vaccinates, you know. He keeps his ear to the street. Mario, how easy is it going to be for your Mexican brethren, David Benavidez, to get this vaccination?
Probably like not very easy at all. You know, unless this fight's being scheduled for sometime next year, the likelihood that he's able to be vaccinated by November is probably like 20%.
More like September, right? I've seen headlines that they're
yeah, that's what they said. Well, listen, my wife who works for a hospital, you know, they just got the word that they're done giving it to people outside of the elderly because they had increased it. You know, that's why I got to get it, because I do have kidney issues and COVID is hard on the kidneys. So they let me get it, but not anymore. Now you can't get it unless you got your first one. You got to be like, you know, the elderly to get it. So I don't know, man. I don't know if Dave Benavidez is in a better shot waiting for his COVID shot as opposed to trying to, you know, go out and get somebody. But that's a tough call. It's a tough call. But Jermall had a lot to say, you know. And so, yeah, today's flagship, we got a huge fight weekend. That's why you had that little extra good morning on it. I could tell. You had a little extra good morning. You were excited that we got 152 fights this weekend. And, you know, and you also the IBO. You also the IBO medalist. So, you know what I'm saying? There we go, champ. It looked good.
That shit heavy, too.
It's heavy?
Heavy. It's heavy.
Damn.
It's heavy, man. You know, you gonna get one of these? This for winners.
I'm gonna get one of those. I'm gonna get one of those.
Hashtag winners only. Oh,
Hashtag winners only.
Let me show it. Ooh wee! Ha ha! Double-sided too. It ain't like the WBCs. No shots at them. I'm just saying. I don't remember theirs being double-sided. That's the official tissue when you double-sided. But yeah, man. So all right. Some things to talk about in 24 minutes and counting. We will have welterweight Paul Crowe, who, if you were watching the thumbnail, he could be found doing the same move that Charlo did on Julian Williams, where he parried Santa Maria's left and then tagged him with the uppy. You know, I like to call it an uppy. For those that don't know, uppercut. That being said, Jermall Charlo says, I'll fight Triple G. That's something he's been saying. You know, people are taking his words out of context as well. Like, oh, he says, I'm not a 168-pounder. And they think that they're, like, trying to tie it to, like, yo, would you fight Benavidez? I'm not a 168-pounder. That's what they're doing. They're like, insert quote. That's not how it goes. You know, that's not what was going on. I watched the video of his live 3 times. And he didn't mention David. That was the strangest thing. He said, who y'all want me to fight? He brought up Eubank, Triple G, never said David's name. But when he said, I'm not a 168-pounder, he was saying it in conjunction with saying, like, I'm not a 168-pounder. I'm challenging these guys. You know what I mean?
That's my shot up there. It's not me giving shots down here.
Kapuni, shout out to you, man, because I ain't gonna front. I seen other people trying to take credit, but you right. I was in Cancun where the waves almost took me, but I did start this wave right here, like me and Senior. I'm gonna be real. It was Senior. It wasn't me. It was Senior. I just ran with Senior. Like, okay, I'm with this. I'm with this fight. You know, this is actually a good fight, and it's what I told Charlo when I interviewed him. I said, Jermall, I say it on my show all the time, like, people need to make their own lane, and this would be you making your own lane. Now this has been festering since 2019 October is where it manifested in Cancun, Mexico at the WBC convention. And here we are, 2021 February 11th, and it's growing legs. But it does seem like Charlo is not interested in fighting David Benavidez. Just from the vaccines only, that's one of the biggest roadblocks a fighter can put up. You just explain why and how the difficulties in receiving the vaccine. So that's a huge roadblock. And then, you know, the statement that he's not a 68-pounder, is he trying to leave the back door open in case he can't perform well? Or is he being cocky in that statement and saying, I'm not even a 168-pounder, I'm challenging these guys? So
I didn't even think of it like that, though, to be honest with you. But that is a good point. Like, leaving it, like saying, like, I'm not a 168-pounder, and he gives himself an out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a good point.
So how did you interpret some of these things that he said? Because, you know, they were like, it's like he'll say one sentence and then read in silence because he was on live. So he'll be like, I'll fight Triple G. And then the silence goes by and he's like, who y'all want to see me fight? Hey, yo. And he mentioned like some dude's name. He's like, I don't know, let's say Dave. He's like, yo, Dave, remember that time Eubank pulled up? Remember that time Eubank pulled up? And then he reminisces on Chris Eubank Sr. pulling up.
Yeah.
And sizing him up. And when allegedly...
So he says.
Yeah, allegedly when Senior casted his eyes on Charlo, he started to shiver in fear because he didn't realize how big Charlo was. And then Charlo goes on to say on his Instagram live, and I'm gonna paraphrase here. Maybe you can remember. He says something like, "Oh, I ain't even gonna bring up Eubank because y'all don't want that fight. Y'all don't like that." Something like that. He says. So I'm bringing that up to say, like, bro, if you know we don't like that fight, why you even talking about that fight?
Yeah, the exact quote was, "That's why I don't want to fight Eubank, because you already doubt that fight. They know I'm bigger than him. I remember when Eubank's daddy pulled up on me and tried to size me up. His daddy was shivering. I was telling him, what are you looking at?" Yeah, so you're right. He did say, that Eubank, he doesn't want that fight because we already look at it a certain way. I will say that offensively, Eubank offers something up that Derevchenko didn't. That said, I agree 100%. That's not the fight I want. I'll be honest with you. The pullback with Benavidez was so severe that I think the shift was probably came from PBC. I gotta think that they don't want those guys fighting yet. I feel like anything other, I'll put it this way: if they were to fight in the next 6 months, it's hard for me to imagine it's anything other than like a semi cash out for David Benavidez. Not to say that he doesn't have a chance to win, but it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense right now. For one, they're in two separate divisions. That's probably the biggest point that you can make. For two, David Benavidez is in a position where I don't think he's that far away from a Canelo fight. I certainly don't think he's, getting it anytime this year, and probably not in the first 2 quarters of next year. But I think that there's work to be done. Jermall's probably even closer to the Canelo fight. So them go after each other right now, that's a huge fight that PBC can stage. I think it's the same reason we're not going to see Plant Benavidez, because Plant is on that short list, and he will likely be fighting Canelo sometime in the next year. So I think that it's tough. I think he was being cryptic, but it's a lot about what he didn't say, because he was very willing to, disparage David, and I think he said something like let's talk about the Benavidez issue, or he said something like that.
He did say that, but then he went nowhere with it. He went nowhere with it. He didn't tell us what was the issue, anything. He didn't bring up the vaccines again. He didn't say anything. So I don't know. Maybe there's a part 2 coming to that. We got a super chat from Andrew Gomez that says, Charlo all bark. Canelo wasn't a 175-pounder either. And that's the thing. When you say things like, I'm not reading into the first part of the quote. When he says, I'm not a 168-pounder, I'm not taking it like, yo, I don't want to fight dudes up there, because he said, I'll move up to 68 to fight Canelo, and he's willing in certain lives that he does. He sounds willing to face Benavidez, barring the vaccination. But back to that though. I mean, people like Espinoza, Showtime, and Al Heyman, they can't pull strings, and it's like, listen, we're having this event, and to minimize risk of spread, can we get these fighters vaccinated? You don't think like, I don't know. I know healthcare workers get it, and my wife got it because she worked in the hospital and all that, and Stainless's wife, all these people got it. Isn't there a percentage of tests that are going to celebrities? Because I've seen, different celebrities come out and say they were tested early in the beginning. I want to believe that those same celebrities were able to receive the vaccine for being kind of the COVID spokespeople, right? Telling us, hey, put on a mask. I was tested. Go get tested. Things like that, right? No? I don't know.
No, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be able to work like that. I mean, they've talked about football and baseball and basketball, and the fact that they're not going to have it available to them. It's like, I forgot what the percentage was, but it's shockingly low of how many senior citizens have gotten the vaccine. So I just don't think that they're going to make it. Listen, even if you could get it, I don't even think that it's a good idea to like promote it. Like, not because it's not good to promote the vaccine, but more along the lines of like, I don't know, the Twitter trolls are just going to come after you. You know, the woke people out there are just going to come after you and like, oh, look at your privilege, blah, blah, blah. And then you have to tell them to fuck off. And so I think it's probably just not going to happen at this point. And I think Charlo, no matter what he's saying right now, and I applaud the tone and I applaud the message. I really do. I think Jermall's setting a good precedent. That said, I don't think it's realistic. I don't think anybody, unless he's going to sit out the entire year, which is, you know, if that were the case, he wanted to wait, that could be, you know, something likely. But it interests me that he brought Triple G up, you know, unprovoked or anything. You know, it was off of his. But the whole thing is like he's there saying like, well, who do you want me to fight? You know, who's going to come get this bag? It's like, this isn't hard. You know what I mean? There's a pecking order, and we all pretty much are in agreement with who's in the top 5 of that pecking order. You know, and for me, obviously Canelo, while he is one of the guys that I'd like to see him fight, and probably at the top of the list, it's not going to happen. So then if we're being realistic, what's that fight? To me, I think it's Triple G. I think that's still the fight that gets me up more. Certainly more than Eubank, and probably even more than David Benavidez at this point. I mean, definitely more than David Benavidez at this point. So, I don't know. I don't know. You know, he can't dig himself into a hole, but at the same time, he has to be, you know, he has to be willing to. You got to have like a trajectory, you know, just like Canelo's doing. You know, Canelo, like nobody's super bummed with Canelo's next fight, based off the, you know, idea that he's coming back to fight BJS and then probably coming back to fight Caleb Plant. You know, so everybody kind of looks at like, oh, well, you're going to fight 3, possibly 4 times a year. You know, that soft touch is okay. You know, and Eubank's not a soft touch. None of the guys he mentioned are soft touches, but there's definitely a difference between a Eubank and a Golovkin.
My thing is, if he doesn't fight Benavidez, then who does he fight? Because is Eubank the only option available for him? You know, and you're talking about, you mentioned like an out-of-network fight right now, right? You just said,
yeah,
like,
exactly.
You know, so I don't even know that that's possible. So it's like, if you,
right,
because you mentioned like, oh, maybe it's the PBC higher-ups that told them to stop talking about this because they're not ready to do it. But what are they going to give either man? It's like you said, Plant's not fighting Benavidez. He's not taking himself off the board. He needs to remain available for Canelo. That was the main reason he had his mandatory, so he can be free to negotiate with Canelo. So he's not going to give David a shot. So where's David going? And Charlo, again, where is he going? He ain't fighting Eubank. Let me tell you guys something. Didn't Eubank just sign to the Sutherlands? So that's like UK fights. Like, okay, yes, he could sign to the Sutherland, still do a deal with PBC, fight in America, and have it streamed on BT or whatever, you know, UK network they do out there. But I based off the articles I read, Eubank is talking about Liam Williams, who we spoke of yesterday, and Andre. You know, he's talking about guys not on the PBC circuit. So I don't know what Charlo has, if not Benavidez. Like another junior middleweight that he's going to bring up? Nothing sexy. Nothing sexy. And I'm going to go to the rankings just to be clear. I'm on boxingvoice.com at 160 pounds. And I'll go ahead and screen share this. But remember, these rankings stay up to date daily. Shout out to Box Live, our partner. Again, for me, it was, and now look, Rayota got elevated, man, so he really ain't, I mean, you know, Charlo could hope to unify with him. They could call Bob and see can they do that, but now what? Bob is going to be like, yeah, we're going to do this as a co-promotion? I don't know, man. Like, they're going to do some sort of co-promotion? Like, with a Rayota Marota? Man, get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, who is he fighting? Derevyanchenko rematch? Because, yo, Derevyanchenko hasn't won a fight in years. And look, he's still number 2. This dude's been in more eliminator and title shots than anybody I fucking know, bro.
He's no in the WBC, right?
No, and everywhere, man. He had like 2 eliminators with the IBF. This dude is, Keith Conley, I'm trying to tell y'all, I told y'all this years ago. Keith Conley is a monster, okay? When you can simultaneously have huge fighters on 3 rivalry promotions, you are a fucking beast. He got Berlanga on Top Rank, Adam on PBC, fucking Daniel Jacobs on Dazn, and the man we talking about, Derevyanchenko, on all them networks. I mean, Conley's the only dude I seen mingle with every fucking body. Like Eddie was almost there, and he's ruffled some feathers, But Conley, no games ever being played. That dude's a monster. That being said,
it's tough though. I'm looking at it, Ness, and it's tough. You got the 160, and it's like if they're not involved in a fight right now, then they're on another platform, and makes it very difficult. You go down the list, and even guys like Rob Brandt, who you'd assume would jump at a shot like that.
I think he would though, and
I think he would too.
The thing is, has Rob even had his tune-up since the Ryota Marotta loss?
Yeah, he came back. Definitely.
That's a tough fight for Rob, man. He didn't take those punches in the second fight of the Marotta fight. They hurt him. Those shots hurt him. That dude, and he always told us that dude was a puncher. He always told us from the first fight. Even when he won, he said that dude was a puncher, but he took those shots. And when you put those earmuffs on and you just letting people wail on you, that's never going to be good. Obviously, you're trying to defend, but you got to use the feet too, man. You got to get out of the danger. Easier said than done, I understand. Easier said than done, I do understand. But I'm just saying.
No, but I agree with you. If it's not David Benavidez, it's really tough. And honestly, like, you kind of got to go to super middleweight at this point. Like, I mean, I'm not saying he has to move up. I'm saying, like, his next fight.
He's almost frozen out. Listen, Demetrius is on Dazn, has a mandatory that's been agreed to for April. He's off the table. Gennady is on Dazn, and he is hoping for bigger and better things. So he's partially off the table, I'll say, because of the fact that he's 38. Charlo is young. It'll be a unification. They could possibly do some sort of pay-per-view. Maybe he could work out a Canelo deal the way Canelo's fight with Yildirim is going to be on pay-per-view, and they can do a split pay-per-view with Showtime, which is all far-fetched. It's all a dream. That's a dream, right? DAZN is doing pay-per-views on DAZN. They're not splitting it with another network. So this is still a dream. But again, IBF Gennady, difficult. Canelo, extra difficult with the franchise title. And Ryota Marotta, I don't know how difficult, but I want to believe, it's difficult, right? Like, is the pandemic as crazy in Japan, or could Ryota have a crowd?
No, they're pretty strict over there.
Because this dude is huge over there, and
very big.
He was big enough to lose his belt in America and make the champion come to Japan for the rematch. Does Jermall even put himself in a situation where, it's a real unification, Myra. He's no longer the regular. At this point, you've never unified your brothers halfway to undisputed, or three parts of the way to undisputed. You need to do something.
Plus, he's got the ring. Don't forget that.
Yeah, and the ring is vacant.
I mean, I don't really count Lara. They've given him I think he's had a super middleweight belt since like 1999. But, other than Patrick Teixeira, that's it. You know what I'm saying? And meanwhile, you're absolutely right. At 160, you got Jermall Charlo sitting as the WBC champion with Canelo's franchise, and it's tough, but I just don't think that any belt is worth the idea for Charlo to go and make like his first big, and don't get me wrong, I mean, he's been in big fights in terms of, like he's been on big stages, you know what I'm saying? And he was in the biggest stage of his life on pay-per-view. But to be in that big, huge 25, 40,000, whatever, I don't know how much they pack it in over there, in Japan, but I'm pretty sure it's crazy numbers. To be that and to be the B side on that card, theoretically, if you're over there in Japan, like, I don't know if he wants that. I don't know if he wants to start a world tour before he, accomplishes what he wants to accomplish here at home. It's just, I don't know if it's in the cards, and it sucks because that's not to say that Jermall's not talented enough to be the, unified middleweight champion or even undisputed for that matter. It's just that I don't think he ever gets the shot. Legitimately, I don't know when he gets that shot. Canelo's tied up for the next year. What does Jermall do? And every single avenue that you look at is complicated. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, he threw a guy like Eubank out who, let's be real, like, that writing was on the wall right after the fight. People were already talking about Eubank. But then he says in the same statement, in the same video, that he knows we don't really want that fight. He knows that's not the fight. And he knows it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows it. And that's the thing, is they know what the big fights are.
And
I think he just knows it can't be made.
They know exactly what we want, man. And I think they're just, playing dumb. It's like I said, bro, he doesn't have options like that. So he's got to really make up his mind on what he's going to do. But we got a few super chats here. We're going to get
super
to them.
chatties.
We got Andrew Gomez. It says, we said that. Charlo all bonk. Canelo wasn't a 175-pounder either. Ignorant Boxer says, Jermall going to keep fighting bums, and his fangirls going to keep saying Canelo ducking him. PBC has no more for him at 160. Plant or Benavidez? Do you think that Plant or Benavidez are his only options because there's nothing for him at a 60?
I think they're his biggest realistic options, certainly. I think honestly, I think a Golovkin fight is bigger than probably either a Benavidez or Plant fight. In fact, I'm certain that it's bigger than both those, I think. So, but they're both on PBC. It's the economics, the negotiations, all of that, is simpler. So you look at it, but then it's like you force the guy up. And the one thing I've always loved that you said from the very beginning, because I'll be honest with you, when we first started this, sometimes you would have some crazy ideas, but the one idea that you always had that I always loved was that you shouldn't be like, fans shouldn't rush somebody out of a division. If they can make the weight, then who the fuck is it for anyone to tell that fighter to move up? It's none of your goddamn business. Like, he wants to fight at a certain weight, he will fight at a certain weight. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I think it would be economically beneficial and probably more beneficial for his career in terms of star trajectory if Jermall were to move up, because those options are there. And then you start campaigning and you start, hey, guess what? The word promoting these fights, the way that Top Rank Golden Boy used to Golden Boy specifically in the Richard Schaefer, Al Heyman era. They had these guys on the same card, and then they would interview them and build it up. And it was like 3-4 cards would go by, and then it was like all of a sudden you're used to that name. Those names are just stuck together. You hear them all the time, and it's like every time they fight, one guy's part of the other, and so it's like, that's how you promote a fight. That's how you promote a fight and make it big and make it worthwhile for everyone involved. Because right now, I don't know how worthwhile a David Benavidez, Jermall Charlo is for either of those guys. It's great for us, and it's certainly worthwhile for us, but what happens to the loser at that point? You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't a situation like a Canelo Golovkin where both of them had reached a peak and one of them could win and both of them could still move on. Like, this could be absolutely detrimental to David Benavidez' career. And for David Benavidez to win against a Jermall Charlo, I mean, what is it? That's even worse. You know what I'm saying? So it's the risk reward is not there, is what I'm trying to say. My man Francis in the building. What up, Francis?
Buenos dias, Francis.
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing?
What up? What up?
Chilling.
Chilling, man. Thank you to my Lord and Savior for another one, man. Just here to talk boxing, man. Listen, Jermall Charlo making headlines again. You know what I'm saying a lot of things. Mario, I like exactly what you were saying in terms of both fighters just fighting each other and not really making anything significant off fighting each other at this particular point, because you know what I mean, even though David's been a two-time 168-pound champion, his name isn't at that level where he can cash out against a Jermall Charlo who's a 168-pound champion. 160-pound champion. So I kind of agree with you a little bit, yeah, for sure. What up, guys?
Word. Real quick, I'll finish the super chats. Let's see, we had Ignorant Boxing there, and then the next one's coming from Joe Roger, who says, "Did you see the audio Kevin Iole dropped on Wilder?"
I did, man. I did. I just didn't want to do a fourth day because it was, Brandon in Cincinnati said we was ODing on Wilder around here. So.
Damn, Brandon, you fucked it up for. No, I'm just playing. No, I agree with Brandon. I think he's right. But it was crazy. I don't know. So what? Like Kevin was just getting trolled so much at this point that he said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna prove it."
He got tired of being called mentiroso con la lengua venenoso.
That's probably what it is. But the next super chat is coming in from not Boston Jared, from Tino Melendrez. Yeah. Jermall Charlo will never fight anybody that will put his zero at risk unless it's Canelo, and maybe even then he already ducked Canelo, and his twin Jermall confirmed it. That was nasty.
I don't know why they always say that the twin confirmed it.
I know he didn't confirm it.
Where's the audio?
Well, it was on that live.
Yeah,
when they were
audio,
beefing,
though?
but he never confirmed. He said that there was it was like innuendo. He was trying to get you there, but he never said it. He never said that at all. But that said, I mean, look, Tino's right, but at the same time, he's right in the big scale. Like Jermall's not the only guy who's you know what I'm saying, trying to make their professional living worthwhile. Like, think about this. Like, you're a plumber. You want to be, getting the jobs at, I don't know. I guess that doesn't really make sense, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you want the big contracts, right? You want the big contracts. You're not going to fucking hate on the plumber that's like, oh, you're not doing, the old lady's house that needs her plumbing. You're busy with your, McDonald's, big ass contract. Like, bro, it's the same thing. But Jermall didn't invent it. And you could say that about everyone. I mean, okay, you look at Canelo and who he's fighting next, right? Okay, but then if you look at Billy Joe Saunders, right? What has Billy Joe really done since his name was mentioned with Canelo last year? He beat Martin Murray. That's what he did. He got a unanimous decision, 12-round Martin Murray. Was Martin Murray putting Billy Joe Saunders' at risk? Maybe once upon a time. But right now, I think everybody would agree Billy Joe Saunders is above that level. So is Billy Joe. Was he not fighting anybody until he didn't fight Andrade? Like, he didn't fight Charlo. He didn't fight Golovkin. Like, he was going to. He was going to fight him, but for whatever reason, once upon a time,
the nasal spray came into play, which I'm assuming. I think he got vindicated for, but I'm not. No, I could be mistaken.
All I'm saying is that fighters do that. You know what I'm saying? Jermall's not the only one.
Hold on a second.
Yeah. Nah, Jermall's hardly the only one, but you don't hear Billy Joe saying that Canelo's ducking him. You don't hear.
That's true. That's a fair point. No, that's a fair point.
Billy Joe's just out here on social media wilding, but he's not saying, "Oh, Canelo's ducking me" or nothing like that. He's just staying quiet, fighting his, stay busy fights until he gets picked. But Charlo, on the other hand, is saying differently. When he gets attacked by his, detractors on his social media, he right away starts saying like, "Oh, this guy don't want to fight me, or that guy don't want to fight me, or, I want to fight this guy." So it just, I don't know, the story gets changed. But look, we were talking about PBC fighters and who they have for Charlo. What do you guys think about Sergio Martinez? Would they do that? Because I know once upon a time, Al Heyman and PBC gave Peter Quillen Winky Wright, who was like 40-something past his prime, but they gave him to him to get the name out there.
Sure.
Is Martinez is he past the time where Winky was at, where they let Winky in?
100%. And not only that, I think that the difference between Winky Wright at that time and Sergio Martinez right now is Winky Wright was still in the game. However long he was taking between fights, some of that was his schedule, and some of that was just he was always avoided is the wrong word, but it was always tough to matchmake with him. He was always a rough guy to get in the ring with, for guys to sign on the dotted line. That said, Sergio Martinez, I feel, is on like this last tour, right? Where he's like, I'm going to go in, beat up some people that I can, beat with one leg, and then it's a big cash out. I don't see Jermall as that cash out in his mind. I think, look, I don't think he's unrealistic enough to think he could get Canelo. At the same time, I wouldn't put it past a fighter at any stage to believe they could still get the big fight. But I just don't think that he's in that position where they're going to legitimately match him and like literally try to make these big fights, because they know that Sergio, you know what Sergio is? He's a magic show right now. And if they can't put the smoke and mirrors where they need them to give the illusion that Sergio Martinez is still a credible fighter, then they're not interested. They're not interested in getting him beat up. You know what I'm saying? Jermall goes in there, he smashes all the mirrors.
But Sergio's doing that on his own, right? He's the one. He's the one getting ranked. I mean, again, if we go back to those rankings that I screen shared for y'all, he's ranked number 5 in the WBA.
In the WBA, which comes with an asterisk. And let's be honest, he wasn't anywhere on that list. He beat one guy. I don't even remember who the name of the guy he beat. And they just dumped him on this list. It was as ridiculous as it was meaningless. And I say that to say that Sergio Martinez isn't working his way up to fight Ryota Murata. You know what I mean? He's not doing that. He's working his way up to have some big cash out fight, or he stays on this senior tour, because it's obviously been beneficial to him. And look at Chavez. He was doing it. Humberto Soto. Okay.
You don't want Jermall to take it because he'll get criticized and ridiculed.
I think he would.
But do you believe that Ryota Murata would take it?
I don't, honestly. I don't.
So. I think he would absolutely take it.
Here's the thing. I think he would want it. I think that what he would have to give up for that fight to happen.
Yo, my man said, how dare I bring it? He's ranked number 5 currently, champ. I know you mad.
Said, how dare you make Sergio Martinez
How dare I bring up Sergio's name? He's ranked number 5. I almost
said it earlier.
And let me tell you, Mario, he's ranked number 5 ahead of Jaime Munguia.
Oh, yeah, I know. Ahead of Jaime. He's also ahead of
Yo, let me tell y'all something, right?
He's ahead of Ronald Ellis.
Yo, let me tell y'all something. What if the same people in question,
okay,
Jermall, Eubank, Sergio, what if either one of those, and Murata, Jermall, Ryota Murata, Chris Eubank, Sergio Martinez, what would you say if either of those dudes announced their next fight was Thomas Cornflake Lamana?
I mean, it would be a joke for all of them, I think, at this point. I love Thomas.
Let me tell you something. Thomas is going to get one of those guys. He's going to, remember I told y'all February 11th, he's getting one of those guys. He won a Feta Box WBA, like in Mexico, and he's been on his social media and everything. He even DM'd me. He said, yo, I got a big fight coming up. I said, let me know and let's get you on the show. He's like, I can't announce it yet. I'll let you know. And
I mean, but it's not going to be Murata. We know that.
You don't know that.
Yeah, because he's already they're lining
He said
him up.
it's listen, I got a press release after the DM. I got a press release. I'm gonna pull it up. It says the biggest fight of his career. And remember, he's already been in some fights.
But that ain't. He's been in some fights, and he's definitely, earned. He's not a veteran, I wouldn't say, but he's definitely seasoned.
I wouldn't say he earned too much. But here it goes.
Murata would be, leaps and bounds.
Look at
the biggest.
Cornflake Lamana in camp for the biggest fight of his career. Fresh off 2 back-to-back wins, the number 8 world-ranked middleweight Thomas Cornflake Lamana, 30-4-1 with 12 KOs of Minville, New Jersey.
Yo, that's dope.
Yeah, he's about to get a big shot.
Yo, real quick.
Oh shit!
What?
Shit! Yo, I promise you, it's gonna look so fake now. I promise you, it's gonna look so fake. I didn't even notice these names were mentioned. I didn't read the press release. Holy shit, it says down here, look, Lamana spent last year at junior middleweight, but had last bout at the 160-pound limit for a regional WBA middleweight title. When asked about potential top-ranked contenders middleweight in the WBA, the only meaningful fighter with the big names that make sense for both sides with regards to the global pandemic is the current champion, Ryota Murata, former champion, Sergio Martinez, or current interim champion, Chris Eubank Jr. So
That's hilarious.
Lamana
You
don't
lying.
even.
You did not just read that.
I promise you on my mother, I didn't.
That's
come on, I didn't read
hilarious.
this shit.
Damn,
But
that was a good job, man.
I'm gonna forward it
What's
to you.
the only name missing that you said? Oh,
Jermall
Charlo. That's
He
the only
took him
one.
off the list. He said, "I ain't fighting. I ain't fighting you, Charlo."
Is that Crow? Oh, Francis.
No, that's me. That's me.
Back.
Yeah, Crow should be jumping on. I sent him
out,
the link
yeah,
too.
I dropped out for a second.
Okay. Yeah, bro. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm sending it to both of y'all. I sent
Thomas Lamana. Listen, I would love for him to be in a big fight. I swear he's a friend of the show. I mean, we've known him for as long as we've been doing this thing. 2012. I would love for him to get an opportunity. His parents are good people. I just can't say enough good things about that dude. But that said, man, that's a stretch for me to think that he gets Murata. But who knows? Who knows? Maybe he does. That would be pretty crazy. Let me finish up the super chats. We got stuck on Boston. Jared,
I think it's gonna be Sergio, bro. I think
it might be.
Yo,
it might be.
That would be.
That's not a bad fight.
Let me tell you something.
Lamana Martinez ain't a bad fight.
It better be Martinez, because if they give him fucking Murata or Eubank, god damn.
You know who I thought you were gonna say? Rob Brandt when you were reading it.
Bro, Murata or Eubank is just too much speed for this guy.
Too much punching power.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Who put Lamana out on Showtime? Showbox.
That was Coda. Coda didn't put him out.
Coda
didn't put him out, but he put hands on him.
Put him down though.
Yo, you know who's his trainer? He said resend the link. Come on, champ. His trainer is Chino. Once I'm done with Crow, I'm trying to get Chino on. I got somebody else like, Ronnie Shields just hit me up like, send me the link. But he's driving. Yeah. Oh, man, I'm about to get Lamana and anything. What the
real quick,
hell?
Boston Jared says, why not Durrell or Uzcategui in the spring? Not big fights, but good test the water fights at 168. Listen, if Jermall's going to actually officially move up to 168, I love Boston Jared's plan. Those are good fights. Those are good test the water fights at 168. If he's going to move up and campaign. If this is like, I can't get anybody but the 168. What'd you say?
Nah, I was just getting Francis' attention.
He's trying to hypnotize you. Edwin Solano said Andrade versus Charlo. Imagine the trash talk. Yo, they've been trash talking and they ain't even fighting.
Andrade got a mandatory. He handling that shit is confirmed. He took that big check from MTK Global. They threw him some bonus money.
Let me ask y'all a question. Why do people, and it's always boxing fans or soccer fans I've noticed, why do boxing fans and soccer fans get such a kick out of telling you how wrong you're pronouncing people's name? I've never got that. Like, it's one thing to be like, oh, it's pronounced like this, But for people to send me a DM just now and be like, by the way, you're butchering his name live on air. Okay, fuck you. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I do give a fuck, but it's like, bro, like, all right. I mean, my bad. Shit, I'm not doing it disrespectfully. Like, but they always love it. It's like, oh, well, you pronounce Uzgatagi wrong. I don't give a shit. His name is Wi-Fi. I don't give a shit.
So, yo, to piggyback off what you said, Mario, I don't think Uzgatagi would take that fight with Jermall Charlo if he was to move up to 168 pound. And as a tune-up warm-up fight, no. I don't think he would take that fight. In the 168 pound division, you probably look for like a Caleb Truax to welcome Jermall Charlo to the 168 pound division as like a person that would step up and take the fight. What do you guys think about that? Like, that's the first thing that came to the top of my head.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Oh, listen, the only reason...
But this the thing, yo. If you take a Caleb Truax and you're Charlo, you're not proving anything. People want you to prove something, man. They keep saying, stop calling out Canelo. Make your own lane. Like, do you, you know? He proved what he did at 54, but we got to let that shit go, guys. Like, we starting to give Charlo the Bud treatment, and he ain't even do what Bud did. At least Bud unified 2 divisions before coming to welterweight. My man only beat 2 people at 54. 3. I'll give him credit for Bundridge. You can't. Bundridge was a champion. I give him credit. People don't. I do. You got to beat a 40-year-old into retirement. I give him credit for that. I never discredited him for that. But at the same time, bro, that was all at 54, man. We got to see you do something now here at this weight, man.
He hasn't done nothing for you personally, and that's at 60. That's warranting him to get...
Not that he hasn't done anything. He hasn't done enough. He hasn't done enough to get a Canelo fight. No, not at. No, like you know what he did was at 54, but you know what you do at one division doesn't rank you with another, man. It just doesn't. You know, so I get the people that are gonna waste their call to call in and say things like, oh, well, he was the mandatory. Yeah, we get it. So was Devin Haney, man. Sometimes life doesn't go as planned. But we got to move on, man. Like, okay, he didn't get that shot. They ducked him, whatever you want to fill in the blank with. The point is, what are we going to do now? What are we going to do now? Oh, no, you should be beating the drum that Canelo ducked him. Okay, he ducked him. What are we going to do now? No, make more videos that Canelo ducked him. Okay, but what is Charlo gonna do? We'll keep making a video every day that Canelo ducked him, but what is Charlo gonna do? That's all I'm saying. Like, y'all gotta stop the bullshit, man. For real.
Well,
like,
you know, it's that thing where it like so many people felt like Charlo's already earned the shot, right? But we'll get back to it later. I think we got Mr. Paul Kroll.
How you doing?
Paul, what's going on? Do you got some headphones or can you close the window?
I'm gonna take them off. Hold on, I'm gonna take them off.
All right.
You hear me now?
Yeah, we hear you. We hear you.
Yeah, it's way better.
And
y'all hear me now?
Yeah, can you just turn that sideways so they could check you all out?
I can't really hear y'all though.
You can't hear us?
You hear us
check,
now?
check,
really,
check,
low.
check.
Turn your volume
yeah,
up.
you gotta.
Hold on. Let me see something.
Is it coming through the phone or through the car?
Nah, definitely through the phone.
My volume up. Hello?
Yeah.
Check.
No, it's
still low.
Speaker off. Let me turn my speaker on. That's right. Hold on.
No problem.
Hold on. I'm trying.
Don't worry about it. We got you.
Check. I hear you now.
Check.
All right.
Check. You good?
So Paul,
yeah,
man, good morning, man. Thank you for joining us. How are you?
I'm good. How y'all doing? Good morning.
We good, man. We good. So, you know, I'm stalking. Go ahead. You had something, Francis?
No, I'm saying what's up? What's up?
Yeah, you know I be all on your Instagram, man. I know you got a big announcement, man. So if you can't tell us a name, can you tell us how big this announcement is?
What announcement?
Your next fight.
Oh, the fight. I ain't got an exact date. I was told end of March, beginning of April. So I'm just waiting. Right now, I'm just waiting and for everything to be finalized. So I mean, get an opponent and everything, and then move forward from there. Start getting ready for my opponent.
It's not Earl Spence, is it? No, I'm just kidding. What was his name that said that? You know.
How big? How big of a name do you think it's gonna be? Like, another undefeated fighter, a former world champion, a very popular former welterweight. Like, can you give us some clues?
I don't really know. Like, I just, when the names come, I take them. Like, so I don't, like, it ain't like I don't really, like, they give me a list of names and
Ooh, you breaking up serious right now.
Like, you hear me?
Yeah, you said when they give you a list of names, then you broke up.
Yeah, when I get a list of names, sometimes I pick out the undefeated person or whatever me and my team pick out. Like, I'm just waiting for my list right now. Like, to choose from. I don't really have no info right now.
So as far as that last fight with Luke Santamaria, it didn't get you ranked? Like, in the top 15?
Not. I'm like, I think I'm 33 in the U.S.
Oh, man, they tripping.
I was 87 before that, so to me, I mean, that's good. That's way better than what I was at.
No, you're 26 right now. You're 26 in the U.S.
Oh, that's even better. I'm 26.
Yeah, you're 78 in the world. You're 26 in the U.S. You know what I was going to say, actually, because, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Like, I had you winning that fight, your last fight. A lot of people in the boxing community and boxing world, felt like you lost that fight. You know what I mean? But I just want to let you know that I thought you won that fight, and I'm excited to see you, step up and take on, like that's what's saying, a big name, a name to really show that style, you know what I mean, that you got it.
Nah, well, I want to say this. I did not think you lost that fight. We had you and Luke on, and you.
I don't know if people thought that you lost. I think that people thought some of the scores were wide.
Yeah.
But I don't think people thought you lost.
They think the scorecard probably was closer. I went, like, after I fought, I thought it was 6-4 me. Like, at the end of the fight, I said I won 6-4.
Yeah.
Like, but when I went back and watched it, besides the second round and the fifth round, I won. Even if you look at the punch stats, they the only 2 rounds he had a big gap. Everything else was either I landed more or he landed one more punch than me. Like, and I had cleaner, effective shots.
Yeah, I thought the 6 was pretty close too, but I agree. I thought you won the fight. 9-1 seemed a little off to me, but 7-3 is good. But listen, I don't give a shit about the scores. It was a great performance. What you did to Santa Maria, who had so much momentum coming in the fight. Your uppercut, holy crap. Picture perfect. The step back, the momentum that you threw with through the shoulders to add more power. you could see it hurt so bad. You were just on point. You were on point.
Yeah, that fight, I liked it. I was coming off a layoff too, so like,
yeah,
taking that from it. Like, I had 9 months off, so I wasn't crisp and super sharp. But like Luke Maria, he brought it out me. Like, and I liked it that, especially after he come with the body shot, because I wasn't going down. Hold on, I'm gonna grab him, get myself together, and all right, now the fight's starting.
So now you say that they're talking about March, possibly April. You're in a situation where I feel like coming off that win, you should be in the driver's seat, and not taking it slow per se, but definitely being in the driver's seat. Is there a situation you think that could happen in March or April where you end up getting thrown in with like a top 10 guy and that you would actually take that? Or do you think that it would just be best to continue the momentum because, you showed a lot?
Well, I don't think I'm gonna fight somebody in the top 10 right now. Like,
yeah.
Just like they gonna say the same thing like they say to all the other prospects. Too much risk, not enough reward right now.
Or
I only got 8 fights. The business side of it, like, gonna mess that part up.
But I just meant more like from where you're at. Are you like, because I know we talked about where life had taken you before boxing and how hard it was to get to this road, but you're still young. At the end of the day, I guess more of my question is, are you going to take it slow and continue to build, or will you be looking for the first opportunity you can capitalize on?
My next fight probably be something like just to get me back rolling, because it's been a little while again.
Yeah.
But like, I like you got, in order to be great, you gotta take chances. So I don't mind taking chances. That's how you test yourself. You gotta test yourself every once in a while. I mean, you can't be dumb and take hard fight back to back because it's wear and tear then. You know, but ain't nothing wrong with testing yourself. That's how you become great.
Hey Paul, I wanted to ask you how much times this year you were trying to fight? How active were you trying to be in 2021?
This year, I'm trying to fight at least 6 times this year. I want to fight. Like if I don't got no restrictions with the COVID, I can't wait till it's done and over with. I'll be back fighting a lot more regularly. You know, at least 4 though. At least 4 times this year.
Now, Paul. Again, I'm very notorious for saying that I don't rush fighters. But I remember our last interview. You know, we spoke about your age. So I just want you to refresh us as to where you believe your trajectory is, right? Because if you're still developing, then, you know, I don't want to see you versus a Julius Undango, former world champ. But if you think you're done with developing, I do want to see you with Julius Undango or like a Blair Cobbs from, man, is he frozen? Because, what up? You there, champ? He's gone.
Yeah, he froze.
Call him frozen. Shit. All right. Yo, they say Charlo's Vivo right now. But
what?
He's live with that football player or the movie star. I don't know.
Wait, what did you say? Say it again.
Charlo's live right now, they say.
With a football player?
Yo, why I can't find who's live on...
Ronnie Shields, man.
Oh, you with Ronnie Shields?
Now he with Ronnie?
Mr. Shields.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, you remember the last nigga that called me a turkey? You remember? Hey, what you just go run? I already ran. Oh, you just ran? Yeah, I ran already. Oh, that's good shit. Yo. What you gonna do today? Hey, look, John in there. Huh? You watching the game? Yeah, we watching the game. Okay. Eric. Huh? Hey, what up, Eric? Who else over there? Huh? Who else in there? You getting that work early, huh? Early birds get a worm. I don't know, man. Yeah. Yeah. What's going on, man? Y'all looking good early in the morning. Yeah, appreciate it. I'm gonna pray for y'all too, man. I'm gonna pray for y'all too, man.
Yeah. Hey, everybody in the bubble, man. So, you know, we're working in the bubble.
All right, y'all stay off my
line. You know
line.
how we do it?
Y'all stay off my
I
line.
just coming by today.
Yeah. I was, but look, let me tell you what happened. Hey, Damo, shut up. I didn't run, right?
Ronnie put him on blast. He was supposed to be in
Look
the
at the
gym
bubble,
Saturday.
Ronnie. You missed it?
I see the bubble.
Damn.
Yeah, I missed it.
Damn, look at that
the
pool.
We're gonna see it.
Oh, he called him out on the bubble too.
Oh, I ain't even saw it.
All right, look, y'all.
Yo,
yeah,
let's
see, my trainer.
How do I request to get on his
Toby,
live?
get off my live, dog. Go to sleep. Go back to sleep. Get you some work in. What y'all talking about? Get y'all some work in.
Go back to the
It's
top
like
and hit the
I'm
price.
gonna go sit in my car.
What you mean?
I'm gonna sit in my
Oh,
car and
I
talk
thought
to
you
y'all.
had to do it at the very beginning, though.
Come on,
there I
Nene.
go. I found it. I'm
Come on, Nene.
gonna send him a request.
Come on.
he gonna be like, get the fuck out of here, boxing boys.
I got hallways and shit. Hallways, big hallways.
Yeah, he ain't even
Bro,
see it, bro.
that beanie's kind
Glass
of dope, though.
staircases and shit, bro. I don't even know what to buy no more. I don't even know what to do to y'all. I'm like beating the shit out y'all right now. Yeah, I don't even know what to do no more. Hey,
Buy
just, like,
stocks,
sit in
big
the
dog.
car.
Yo, he got his car in the living room. My man is amazing.
I'm gonna go back to the future real quick.
Yo, he got like 4 attic
Yo,
doors.
how he put a DeLorean in the living room?
And with my dogs, whether right or wrong.
God damn. Yo, he's stunning.
Bro, my bad. Hey.
I'm requesting you
God,
again,
knock
champ.
it
Stop
off,
playing.
man.
Stop
Knock
playing.
it off. I'm gonna just start a podcast right here in the DeLorean.
Why it say it wasn't sent, yo? Did he block me?
Yo, knock it the fuck off.
Like,
would it look like me ducking anybody? Why would I duck anybody? Come on, man. I got 5 kids to take care of. I gotta keep up with this lifestyle, you know.
he said, why would I duck anybody? I got 5 kids to take care of. Yo, that was so good. Oh, man, that was so good.
You know what? I need help. I just need a little help. Y'all can help me out?
I'm gonna keep saying, answer my
Y'all,
request. We gonna stalk
help me out. Go
Would you
right,
need
my
help
brother.
driving the car out the
And
living
just
room?
give him the prayer hand.
I got you.
Because I'm fucking over everybody right now. You know
Yo,
what
was
I'm
that
saying?
really a DeLorean though?
Yeah, that's a
It got hot
DeLorean.
in this bitch.
Okay, but then now I got like a bunch of other questions. Is he like a big Back to the Future
When ain't
fan,
nothing
or is it
to
like
do.
a metaphor?
Of course, man. You don't
What I
put
look
the
like ducking
DeLorean in your
somebody.
living room.
What I look
You
like
don't-
ducking anybody.
Bro,
I would
what
go
is he?
to
How old is he?
175 if they wanted me to. I'll
Hello?
fight my brother.
Oh
Yeah, y'all hear
I'm
me?
gonna fight my
There
brother.
we
My bad,
go.
mama.
We got Paul
Swear to
back.
God,
What's
fight my
up, man?
But if he
Now
get
y'all
out of
can hear me?
line,
Yeah, you sound
and
great.
we ain't got no lights in front of us and no camera,
Hold
smack
on.
the shit out his ass.
Wow. Alright, we back with Paul.
I'm turning sideways.
Alright, you sound way better now. You in the house, man.
Yeah, I'm in the house. I ain't in the car either.
So what I was saying was, I don't like rushing people, but I know you 25, so I wanted to know where were you at in your career? Like, at what age do you see yourself being a world champion or challenging for a world title shot?
This year, by the end of this year, like really, I should be there. So what's this year? 21, 20, the end of 2021, 2022. I want to fight. I don't want to wait too long. I want to fight, but I understand like being moved the right way and all the, and then getting people to fight you and all that. But so within a year, I should be fighting, in the top, probably less than that though, because if I'm ranked 26, then I know it's gonna come faster than that. But within a year.
Who's handling like your managerial side of things?
Keith Conley.
Oh man, I was just singing his praise over here. That's good.
Just earlier.
I was just saying how good he is and how he has
Great
fighters.
manager.
He is absolutely great, brother. He's got fighters on every network and every promotion, and he's able to keep those relationships. So that's great. All right, so you with Keith, so they definitely gonna be able to move you, man. So you won't have a problem. So then, all right, that helps me with my next question. And so then, when do you think you ready for like a Julius Sandango or any other former world champion like a Robert Guerrero? Danny is a former world champ, but I know y'all friends, and Danny is still like he's still top 5. I mean, like former world champs.
I can fight them guys now. It just I want to be active when I fight them though, because you'll get. The fans will get the best out of me, and I get the best out of myself. Like it'll be easier for me if I'm active. That's the main thing. I want to get back active. Like this Corona messed stuff up, and I just can't wait till it's over so I can get back active and fighting consistently. And when I'm fighting consistently and I'm super sharp, I fight whoever. It don't matter you top 5, top 3. I don't care.
Okay. So let me ask you. You looked like you were in really great shape for that fight, both physically and the way that you performed. It was, I think, about a 10-month gap, 11th month maybe between that fight. Were
9.
you like 9? Okay. So did you stay in shape that whole time, or was it like one of those? Go ahead.
But no, I stay in the gym no matter what. Like I'm in the gym right after I fight. Like even if I'm not going super hard, I'm in the gym and I train like no matter what, because I know calls could come.
Yeah.
Like I know them calls come sometime 3 weeks out, a month out. Can you make weight? So I try to stay in the gym, and that's something I did my whole life. So like I'm always gonna go to the gym. Like.
What was crazy to me is we had interviewed you like I think a week or 2 before the fight, and this is really hard to see what a person looks like, obviously, but I didn't expect your shoulders to be so huge, your back to be so wide. And part of the reason why I asked that question is, how long do you think you're going to be at some point moving up to 154? I know that was at 147, and I know a couple of your other fights that you've taken before that were all at 154, but you're listed as a welterweight. How much bigger you see yourself getting?
I could hold 47 for at least 5 years. Like I could hold it for.
Wow. Okay.
I could hold 47. Like, cause I made it easy. Like I made the weight easy. I was able to drink water, Gatorade at night, and everything, and still made the weight.
Nice.
So if I really had to dry out, I would have came in like 45.8 or something, or 46 or something.
Man.
You know, I'm gonna try to hold
Okay.
the weight as long as I can, and then I move up. I don't got no problem with 54 either. Like, you know what I mean? But I don't have no trouble making 47.
Well, it was just that I had seen fights of yours leading up to the Santa Medea fight.
I fought 53, 54.
Yeah.
That
But
was just,
honestly,
you know,
you look bigger in this last one. I thought I was like, damn, bro, you look jacked. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy how big you look.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
when I fought 54 a couple of them times, it's because of my opponents too. Like they
Oh,
fight,
yeah,
they
that makes
down
sense.
and stuff like that. So I was like, I don't care.
That makes sense.
Cool. I wanted to ask you a question real quick, Paul. This is Francis from Canada, by the way. I don't know if I introduced myself earlier, but can you explain to me how important a team is to you?
Oh, team is everything. Like, cause without your team, like I know us fighters, we fight in the ring by ourselves, but we do got a team. We got extra eyes on the outside, but your team is what help you prepare. They help you with everything. Like they help with your mental. Like you can't do it by yourself. I don't care. Nobody say somebody open the door and help you along the way.
Yo, Paul, what's the new Philly style? I've been seeing stuff. Like I follow like amateurs from everywhere, right? And like on Twitter or like IG, like I'll see like amateurs from and Philadelphia kids. They always keep saying there's this new Philly style. What is that?
It really ain't no new style. It's always been the same. You just seeing what it is. Everybody's saying y'all starting to see the amateurs that was young, too young, and all the talent. We turn pro now. We older. We men. So now y'all starting to see. You know, we come and most of us come from the old school boxing. Like Jermall Ennis, he come from Boozy. Like that's old school. Boozy, one of the last ones. Like that got that old school boxing. The new school boxing is with, you know, all the social media fighters, and they really can't fight. You know, not too many fighters come from that old school boxing. Like the ones that's around that, you know, that's still on top, like come from that old school boxing. They stay in shape, they stay right.
Makes sense.
Paul, I wanted to ask you about that Danny Garcia Earl Spence fight. Were you upset watching that because you know the talent of Danny, or you seen him perform better with you in sparring, or did you know that was gonna happen the way that it happened because you know Danny, and even in sparring he won't let his hands go? And obviously I'm just putting that out there. I don't know. I'm asking the question.
I was a little upset. I feel it though. You know what I mean? But I understand how things in the fight, and I realize how big Earl really is, and like he big for real. Like, and like my coach said something to me, and it left my head when I was thinking about the fight. A good big man always gonna beat a good little man. Like always, if the skill set is similar, close to each other, that weight mean a lot. But Earl got great jab. Like that's one thing I say. Like he got a great jab. Like at first I was watching him, I didn't know, but I give him his props. Like he good. He's strong. He tests people will a lot. That's how he gets you. He got a great jab and he stay on you. And he
Can you
to the body
elaborate
early.
a little more? What do you mean he tests people will? What did you see?
Like he stepped to you. Like he step to you and keep stepping to you until, and he gonna see if he gonna fight or he gonna see if he can break you. Like he stepped to you hard. Like it's a mental pressure, really. Like keep coming, and he make you miss while he stand in front of you. Like that'll discourage any fighter. You know what I mean? Along the way, but I feel it though. Like Danny tried his best. I mean, things happen. Just Earl was the better guy that night. That's all it is.
So you don't think it has anything to do with Danny's hunger? You think he's still hungry, or is it that infamous state and sleeping in silk sheets?
Man, I don't believe that. You get punched in your face, you ain't thinking about, oh, I'm hungry. Now you trying to punch him back. Like, that don't got nothing to do with it. That's just, you know what I mean, the media putting their thoughts in it. Like, Danny's still hungry. Earl was the better man that night. It happens sometimes in boxing. Sometimes you just, hey, it wasn't my night.
Hey, Paul, real quick. What's in the playlist right now when you running or working out in the gym? And does that playlist change from when you preparing for a fight, like when you're in the dressing room getting ready to go out and fight?
It really don't matter what I listen to. Like I go with whatever's on. Like, but I listen to Meek, Lil Durk, King Von. Like I listen to old school too. I like the slow jams. Sometimes I put slow jams on in the back of the fight. Cause I don't gotta be all tensed up before I fight. I do this every day of my life. You know, I don't need nothing to hype me up. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna just do what I do.
So it's pretty much a vibe. It's a mood. Like,
yeah. Sometimes I don't listen to nothing.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, like when I go run, half the time I don't even listen to nothing. I like to talk to myself.
What's your trainer's name, Crow?
My trainer named Dirk Gooden.
Dirk Gooden. Okay. You gonna have to make him popular, man. I never heard of him. Who else you train?
Muhammad. I actually wound up going back to my old coach, my original coach.
How come?
Just a decision for me, you know, that I feel better for my career. That's all. Nothing personal, none of that. Like, what you say?
What's his name?
My original coach is Dirk Gooden. That's the one that yeah, I was training with Greg Hackett and Mike Melvin.
So your last fight was with
Greg Hackett and Mike Melvin.
Oh, so this is gonna be your first fight back with your old trainer.
Yeah.
When's the last time y'all worked together? You said
my first two pro fights.
First two pro fights. Okay.
Is it a different gym?
What you mean? No, same gym. I still, you know, it's still my gym. Same building, everything.
So that's not a little bit awkward. Can you hold it from the side because you covering it a little bit? But is that a little bit awkward, like being in the same gym and no longer working?
No, it's not. It ain't nothing personal. It's just business. Like it's nothing. You know what I mean? It's nothing. No hard feelings. Everyone's still good. You know, we all still talk, hang out, everything. It's nothing.
Wow, that's good.
Yo, let me ask you about the topic, right? Today we talking about Jermall Charlo. He had told Benavidez he got to get the vaccine to fight him. You think
Jermall is the 60-pounder, right?
Yeah. What you think about that?
The vaccine? I'm not, man. I ain't getting no vaccine. He tripping. He tripping. They don't got nothing to do with it. Like you can, if you pass your corona test, you good. You tripping.
Yeah.
Like, why would I want you to put that in me? It ain't even 100% yet. Y'all ain't got it 100% down yet. That's stupid.
I think though, for him, what it is it's about the bubble. Like, from what I seen, oh man.
My fault.
You said okay, my bad. I thought you dropped off. No. All good. I think it's the bubble. I think that people it's starting to affect people, and not affect them, but like, it's like they've done it. They did it last year, 2020. You had to do it. You know what I'm saying? It was a choice. But moving forward, I think people don't want to have to be in a bubble every time they come out and fight.
Bubble, even if you get the vaccine, that doesn't do nothing.
Yeah,
and I ain't gonna lie, PBC bubble. Like, I ain't never fight in top rank bubble or anything, but I know people that fought in top rank bubble, and I fought PBC bubble. PBC feeds you great. They hospitality great. Yeah, like they take care of you. Like I like it wasn't bad. I had a nice room with a workout area, and then after you pass your last corona test, you can go use the little gym they got. But the food, everything, and that's one of the most important. People want to go out and walk around and do all this, but I like the bubble because it really keep you focused. All right, I'm resting, and that's what you're supposed to do. You're not here to, when you go away to fight them other times, you're not here to party and do all that. You're here to fight, and then after you fight, you can do what you want.
Word.
It doesn't matter.
For segueing right into my next question, I wanted to ask, what would be your pre-fight meal and post-fight guilty pleasure? Like, I got to have it when I get out the ring.
Some pasta. I gotta have some type of pasta.
A lot of fighters say that. So that's before or after the fight?
Before the fight.
A lot of fighters say
carb
pasta.
up and stuff.
Now after the fight, I might go on a little sugar rush. You know what I mean? Because I might start eating candy and all that. And I don't really eat it like that.
What's the go-to?
What's the favorite candy?
Snickers.
Damn, I'm a Snickers fan.
Yeah. Snickers.
Hey, Paul.
Snickers and Baby Ruth.
How hard do you stay away from sugar during the 8-week camp? Like, can you be specific? Like, you don't drink soda at all for the whole 8 weeks? You don't drink orange juice? Like, what don't you intake that has sugar for those 8 weeks? I just want to know for me.
I really don't eat like candy in general, but like every once in a blue I had some. But when I'm fighting, like when the camp start 8 weeks, if it start 8 weeks out, I cut the soda off. I still drink my orange juice because the vitamin C. I just don't drink too much. I probably have a cup of orange juice in the morning with my breakfast, and I try to stay away from the soda and sweet. I try to just eat clean. Like I try to eat as clean as I can. Mostly water. I had some orange juice and probably some apple juice. And like in the morning, I rotate between them, or I mix them together.
So you try to. My bad, Paul. I can see your hand still. Go ahead, Ness. I'm sorry.
Dinner and lunch. For dinner and lunch, you only drinking water.
That's why I try to my best. I try my best.
Okay. Go ahead, Mario.
What would you? Okay, so do you have like a big breakfast because you like breakfast, or no? You have small breakfasts.
Sometimes I really don't even eat breakfast, so I try to put something in my stomach, like boiled egg. I could go without breakfast, but oatmeal the best thing.
Yes.
Because it hold me over. But I really don't be hungry in the morning.
Yeah.
But you can work out on an empty stomach, though.
Yeah, I can do that all day. Yeah.
They say
I've been trying to do that more. I've been trying to do that more.
They say that's better. Fasted cardio.
Yeah, I've heard that's better. Yeah.
So what about your sparring days though? Because I feel like I'm like you. I don't even eat breakfast, but when I do go to the gym in the morning and we got to spar, I have oatmeal. I'm afraid of a heavy breakfast, get hit with a body shot and shit on myself.
I go bad from you gotta go bad. That's a bad joke. You gonna go viral right there.
For real, man.
Like honestly, I could do with just coffee. Like I'm a coffee drinker, so
black?
I get black. Yeah, black. I like black coffee. Yeah.
No cream, no sugar.
I could drink it cream and sugar, but once like the fights really start, like it get like 4 weeks out, I don't no cream. I drink almond milk really. If they don't got it, I do cream. But almond
milk is good too. Oatmeal.
If I do some sugar, it'll be like if I do sugar, it'll be like 1 scoop just for a little flavor. But 4 weeks out, it's just all black.
Man, I wish I could do that.
Coffee and I could drink coffee and fight off of that. I'm good. If I don't get my coffee every morning, now something wrong. I feel like, oh no, something wrong. No, that's something like before and after the fight, I gotta have my coffee.
That's a good. Okay. No, that's good though because I think it was the University of Boston did some research and they had it with like marathon runners, and supposedly it's something about black coffee that not only burns fat, and I don't get why it's only black coffee and if you put, well, I guess because you put sugar then it's got fat, but something about black coffee that not only burns fat, but it's there's a word for it, but it keeps the
natural stimulant though,
and it's but it's a kind of stimulant that stays with you, like it gives you that second burst as an athlete. That's what they have studies. Like if you chug a Red Bull, you're up and you're ready right then and there, and that's it. But black coffee has something exactly, and you're gonna crash. But black coffee has something in it that is able to, for athletes, kind of like keep it docile until it's like, until you need it and you're ready to go, and it kind of unleashes like a second wind.
Let me get to some of these questions from the people I got for you, Paul. First one is coming from Brandon in Cincinnati that says, do you know Damani Rock? And if so, what are your thoughts on his last fight? Big tight, man. Big tight, man.
Take my man. He just got caught his boxing, his heavyweights. Like heavyweights, one punch could change the fight. He was winning them. He was winning the fight up until he got caught. It's boxing. It is what it is. Like, ain't nothing you really can't, like, he gonna bounce back. That's one thing I know. He gonna bounce back and be better than ever.
You think you see him in the gym more? Because there was always a knock that he wasn't training like he should be training.
People always got something to say, and honestly, and we really don't train the same gym, but people always got something to say. That's people. I mean, people gonna always talk negative. You know what I mean? But I can say this one thing right here. I bet nobody don't say he don't be training no more. I bet he come back ferocious. Like he gonna come back a monster.
That's what's up. David Maldonado, New York City says, being that you spar with Danny, and I'm a big Danny fan, who wants to see him do great, what changes you see he needs to make in order to step up his game to the next level so that he can win rematches with Thurman or Porter? Me personally, I feel Robert Garcia or Freddie Roach would be perfect for him because those trainers are great with punchers and bringing out their aggression. Robert did great with Maidana in helping him discover a jab, and Roach did good, making Cotto a killer again. If Danny had made Donna like aggressiveness to mix with his counter punching, he would be a monster. Your thoughts?
No, like Freddie Roach, one of the greatest coaches, you know, his like from when he was, you know what I mean? But honestly, like I don't think Freddie Roach really could train I ain't gonna say train, like based on his like physical, like it's hard for him to do certain things, like honestly, like, and he is a great coach and he can help you on the mental part better than that's probably what he need, the mental that like Freddie Roach, one of them old school fighters, like come from the old, he been around a long time. He know how to get things out of people without talk to you and get certain things out of you. Like on the training part, I don't know, because he really can't move around like that. Like I don't like, and I ain't taking nothing from him. He's still one of the greats, but you know, he need. I think really he got to open his lungs. Like he got to do a lot of sprinting. He got to open his lungs, and he needs someone who can get through his head, like get in his head and open them doors, like in his head, like that. Like I don't know. It's weird. Like
so you trying to say he's in his head a lot?
Yeah.
I wouldn't lie. Like he seems like the type of fighter that be in his head, and he needs somebody to help navigate him through that, so his performance can be better.
Yeah, they just get in better shape. Always be in better shape. He in shape because he always pick up early. He always pick up later rounds. I mean, in the later rounds he do always pick up, but you got to do something different so you can start early and finish strong too. Like if he start early, that's really what it is. Then he start early and can still finish strong like he always do. I mean, it'd be great.
It's funny that you say that because I want to ask you this next question before we get to another question from the people. When you were in your fight with Lucas, it seemed like he just kept coming and coming and coming. Mentally, how was it for you in that fight? Like, how did you deal with that pressure?
See, when people like my coach told me something a long time ago, and it stuck with me, even when we separated. But when someone's trying to get you, they leave themselves open. And I know this just in boxing. When you throw 3-4 punches and you miss, I don't care how much in shape you is, you got to take a breath. Got to. I was fighting easy in the beginning. Even when I got hit with the bite shot, all I did was use my jab. I was using my jab, trying to poke spots, trying to poke holes and find spots. At the later, I think it was round 8. Round 8, when the round ended, I smiled at him because I seen him. He was tired. I said, "Oh, he getting tired." You know, I just try to let him know, I know you tired. I know you tired. So I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to try my best to pick it up. You know, I had to still watch out. You know, I ain't want to get hit with no more body shots like that at the game, hit with that. But, you know.
Saying that was huh?
Yeah, it was the perfect shot, perfect time. You know what I mean? I like to laugh about it. It is what it is.
But you had your poker face on? Do you do poker face in the ring, or do you let your opponents know what's going on when they hit you? Like, did he know that you was hurt?
Come on, you seen the video. You know he knew I was hurt. Come on. You seen the face I made? He ain't got sugarcoated. He knew I was hurt. Everybody tried to jump on me like that. Yeah, I made the ugly face. I almost went. I said, "Ooh, he gonna hit me like that." My mama watching this.
You know,
give me a hug.
I was
Hey,
sad
Paul,
to see.
hold up.
Go ahead.
Hold up. You know this show pretty big, man. I just got DM that said, word is Paul had an ugly split. And ask him about some hands being thrown in the gym. Any truth to that?
Man, I don't even know what they talking about. Ain't
people-
nobody fighting
people
in the
just
gym
talking.
or none of that. Like,
People just talking.
talking.
There you go.
That's people just talking, man.
All right. Because they listening live. Somebody like, yo, something happened. I'm like, oh, we'll ask. We'll ask. But the next question. We got the next one from Ruin 504. You already answered this, but we'll give him a shout out. He said, who are you fighting next? You don't know, but you're going to take the undefeated name. James.
I don't know.
Huh? You said what?
If it come.
Oh. You said
If it come,
James in James Valdez, San Antonio, Texas says Ugas versus Thurman. Who wins and why?
Ugas.
Wow, you think Thurman done?
No, I don't think he's done. I think he inactive, and Ugas, he's sharper right now, and Thurman get wild. Like I like Ugas though. I like Ugas. Like people look at his losses, but like we gonna be honest. Like you look back in the day, not everybody gonna be undefeated either, and some people learn from their losses. You know, And just because you have a loss don't mean like, oh, you garbage because you got 4 or 5 losses. Shoot, Pacquiao got a couple losses and he one of the greatest. Ray Robinson got 19 losses and you get in there with him, he'll sleep you early. But I just feel as though like Ugas on a high, Thurman trying to get back in the mix, and you know Thurman can win. It ain't like he's not capable. I go off of activity, and then the school Ugas come from. He come from that Cuban school. I take smarts over strength any day. And Thurman not dumb, but I don't think he got the IQ of Ugas. I think Thurman depend on his power more than he depend on his actually skill. And when fighters start to do that, it take away because everybody can punch with 8-ounce gloves. I don't care who you is. All that shit hurt.
Or
Well, we got that is it, I think. That's no more from the people. Let me double check the
was
members.
there any
I don't see any, but I'm gonna refresh on the members.
Okay, cool. Real quick, while he's doing that part, I wanted to ask you your thoughts of Santa Maria. We had him on, during that whole run. His trainer's actually a long time listener to the show. He's an overall good dude. I want him to, you know what I'm saying? Like it sucked because we have both y'all on. I like both of y'all. Y'all are good dudes, and I was like, man, one of y'all are gonna lose, and that sucks. But do you think that you're gonna see him again? Maybe not you personally, but is he gonna be at the top at some point? You think like he's gonna be there? Okay, good. Nothing but high praise for that man.
Yeah, nothing but high praise. I gotta respect him because like he's smart. Like he really smart. Like even when I turn like in the fight. First of all, he a dog. A fight gonna always break out in a boxing match, and a lot of times when the boxing go out the window, it come down to just the type of person you is. Like either you gonna be a punk or you gonna be a dog. And he got that dog, so when the fight break out, he gonna be there to rumble, and he's smart. Like when he caught me with the body shot, when I turned southpaw, he started jabbing to the same spot he hit me. I said, oh, he focusing on it. Oh, I got him. All right. He real smart. Like he's smarter than people think, and he can box a lot better. He understands distance. And he ain't no slouch.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. I'm glad you said that.
Football, real quick. How do you breathe when you're throwing your punches? Because a lot of people at a novice level, like my co-host over here, Mr. Gibbs, he likes to hold his breath when he's throwing his combinations, thus draining the power level, the energy level. Mm-hmm. What advice would you have for him, if you don't mind?
Yeah, but that's when I'm doing. When the coach make me do like 1, 2, 3, 4, because he makes me do 1, 2, 3, dip the slip, and then 4, bruh. I'm like,
well, in the middle of me fighting and punching, like when I'm fighting and I'm just throwing punches, I just breathe naturally. Like I don't try to breathe when I'm throwing punches. It just come naturally. I don't think that much on it. Now, when I got my space in between, like when we taking little walks and that, I take a deep breath. Why not? That's what all agree for. That's where you take them. But you do it without letting them see it. You don't take a real big one to let them know you tired. You just take a little deep breath. Slow, let it out slowly. All right. Couple, 2, 3 of them, and I'm right back in it. Let's get it. Like, that's where you really got to take the breaths where it's a lapse in that one's not doing nothing. That's where you put the moments, either take a breath or attack. Like that's a lot of every fighter have laps in they offense. Like, cause they resting, they taking breaths. That's what they doing. And you got to be able to capitalize on that and understand what they doing that. And it take a couple rounds to figure it out.
More. When I was younger, I remember I would hear guys yell, and I always thought it was like, something they did. I mean, this is when I was like, middle school. But it was like, yeah. You actually, I saw an amateur video, or was it amateur? I don't remember. It was a video, an old fight you have on YouTube, and the dude that you were fighting was yelling so loud, like it was. And because the crowd was, it was a decent sized crowd, but it was a really small arena, so you could hear him. Like, oh man, that's funny that I remember that. But I never knew that was for breathing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but I don't think you should, cause I think that drain you. Like when you do that too much. To me personally, cause
good call.
If I touch you at the right time when you breathe, it's gonna make you choke.
Yeah.
Like if I hit you with a jab to the stomach, as soon as if I get you down pat and get your rhythm and your timing down pat, and I could punch you in your stomach. Soon as I know you do that all the time, all I gotta do is when you throw a punch, that hit you first.
Oh, it goes into timing. Yeah.
Yeah, it go into timing.
Good call.
And now you losing even more breath. Now
So
you
that's
ain't get your breath out. Yeah.
That's like punching somebody in the exhale, right? To the body.
Yeah. Yep. And the sternum or the stomach. One another. Like you put this be cerebral. Like you put no emotion, you ain't supposed to let nobody know nothing when you fighting. Like if you hurt, you gotta put your poker face on. If you tired, you gotta put your poker face on. You gotta be able to just stay relaxed and figure out how to breathe without letting them know as best as you can. Because once you let them know, somebody could be tired. If you fight me and I'm tired and you see it, I'm breathing heavy, you're gonna get momentum off of that. Oh, I got him. And you could be losing the fight, but you can come back and win because of the momentum I gave you.
Yeah. You could be tired yourself, but you see him tired, it's like it just snaps out of your head.
Yeah, give you that second win.
Paul,
I'm glad you said that. Because I've been doing that shit in the gym, so I'm gonna knock that shit off.
hey, Paul, do you do sprints like that? Is that something you do, or you prefer long runs? What do you think gets the job done for your stamina?
I mix them in with both. Like I do sprints uphill, though. I do sprints up hills because the legs is where it all starts from. I mean, and that help build strength. That's where your strength comes from, your legs and your core. But like in the beginning, I start I just do 4 miles, 3 miles, sometimes 2 when I first start, just to get back rolling, getting everything pumping. Then after like 2 weeks, I start picking it up 5 miles, like probably twice a week, and then after that, I start mixing sprints in there. Now I'm just sprinting. I'll sprint a lot. Like I probably come to the track and just do 15 sprints, but as fast as I can, I go to the football field and probably do 50 yards, sprint 50 yards 10 times. And that'll be my sprint for my little run workout for the day. Do my exercise when I'm done. And then but I mix it in. Sprints, hills. Like I run the Ben Franklin Bridge a lot. Like that's 5.4 miles. When I get when my weight start hitting like the 50s, like the low 50s, I start running that Ben Franklin. It's 5.4 miles from my gym and back. I run over and come right back.
Wow.
That's all hills, so that's why my legs be strong like that. You can hit me if you touch me. I mean, I ain't going nowhere.
Damn. So wait, you run the 5 miles and then you come back to the gym to work out?
Yep.
Oh, that's that Canelo shit. That's what he say. He do strength and conditioning, then spar.
Cause if I could, everybody try to. A lot of people, not everybody. A lot of people is gym fighters. They like if I beat you up, it doesn't matter. You could get beat up all day in the gym, and all you gotta do is be right for. If you fighting 4 rounds, 12 minutes, 6 rounds, 18, 8 rounds, 24. 30 and 36. It only matter about fight night. All that other stuff, none of that matter. Because a lot of people, some people really work on things when they sparring. Yeah, nobody ain't gonna let you beat them up, and you probably do get over. But all that matter is fight night. That's all that matter.
Definitely. Well, Paul, man, I want to thank you obviously for coming on. We appreciate it. We're gonna keep following the career. We hope that you got the announcement soon, so we can get you back on and discuss the potential fight. But thank you again. Give out that social media, champ.
My Instagram, Paul Crow Boxing. My Twitter, Crow Boxing. Facebook, just Paul Crow. Follow my journey, and I'm coming. I'm coming.
We know you are, champ. We know you are. We tuned in, man. Take it easy, brother.
Thanks, Paul.
I appreciate y'all. Thank you.
See you next time.
Appreciate you, man. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Up and coming contender prospect, Paul Crow. We're going to wrap up with the Jermall Charlo talk. Open up the phone lines. You know the numbers, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 time. Voice shipping it right here. Voice of the People hotline. Any final thoughts on the topic before we go to the sponsors?
No, I think I'm good. Hey, I know it didn't turn into it, but now I'm just cheerleading for Thomas Lamana to get that big fight. Let's go Cornflake. Hashtag Cornflake.
Man. I think he's getting Sergio, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh, that's even better.
Because Marotta would kill him. Marotta would kill him. I mean, not kill him, but he's gonna have to watch that power, man.
Yeah.
Watch that power.
My final thoughts is hard to know. It's hard to nail down just exactly when Jermall Charlo is serious or not. So it's kind of like up in the air, man. There are times you call him a cap and then he'll come back and say something else. So it's hard to put a finger on that. So We gonna have to wait to see more information pop up for me based on that, because you just seen the live. He just came out with Ronnie and them, and he just had some more information about the live. Why would I duck anybody? All that type of stuff. So yeah.
He did say that.
Like, you stupid. I got 5 kids to feed. Why would I duck anybody? Y'all crazy. But you said vaccine. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's hard.
Super chat from JC. He says, Charlo got the wrong vaccine. He caught Duck 19 from the take cover. Tonka Davis, Lynn Garcia. Lion Garcia. My bad. Lion Garcia, Triple G string, and Avoiderez. Like Benavidez, but it's Avoiderez. All right. Hashtag no mask at the duck party. Wait, what? Canelo.
Alvarez? Come on, man.
Oh, okay, my bad. I thought it was Benavidez. Oh, there's no R.
He put Alvarez. That's like
my bad.
Like
I
Canelo
fucked that up.
roids.
Well, no, he put Avoiderez, but he left the L out.
Oh.
I would have gotten it.
So
if
that's
he had
elderly
the L.
Alvarez he's talking about.
Yeah, that's elderly.
He put effort. Yo, JC put effort into that. Shout out to JC.
yeah. Shout out to JC. My bad. I butchered it, Jay.
But why'd you put elderly Alvarez in the conversation?
You try.
We don't know why he put an LDR in there, but you know.
Ness, you try it. I want to see you read it.
Charlo got the wrong vaccine. He caught Duck 19 from the take cover. The take cover. Not the takeover. The take cover.
Yeah, the take cover. That's
Tonka
hilarious.
Davis, Lion Garcia, GGG string, and Avoiderez. Hashtag no mask at the duck party.
Yeah, you did it. You did it way better.
Nah, you did it good too. What you talking about? Because you made us start thinking like, yo, no, that shit was dope. I love it.
Yo,
it was good. Yo, JC.
He said he caught Duck 19 at the take cover.
At the take cover.
He
killed it with that.
Yeah,
killed it with that.
But look, he said Tonka Davis is there. Ryan Garcia is there. GGG string is there. And Avoiderez is there at the duck party with no mask on.
This is super chat of the year. I don't care what you say.
Yo, let me go to the sponsors. We're going out to the callers. You know the number to call in, 14255695241.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Now I get it. He's saying that Teofimo is the take cover because he's taking cover from Devin.
Devin, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was saying Charlo learned
because he's lying about fighting Pacquiao and Tank.
No, he's saying Charlo got the. He's saying Charlo got the vaccine at the party. At the party.
Oh yeah.
But he worked on that one.
That was a good one, yo. That was a good one.
The Tonka Davis one is
battle bars.
You guys got the Tonka Davis one. Miss me.
Nah, because
do you know why I got the Tonka Davis? Because
he ducking Devin.
Well, and they put that meme on Twitter.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, well, but I don't know. There's something with Tonka truck, or they have characters,
It's Tonka
and they
truck.
put them in. It's Tonka truck, but they got the characters, I guess, on the thing. I don't. Y'all got to see the meme. I seen it, but I didn't. I just understand it now because someone explained it to me. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Call us.
What he done to the boxing world to be number 1 in the junior weight division?
Yo, what's up, David?
Yo, what's going on, man? Yo, I'm tired of the LDBC with the racist bullshit. They're always making false narratives towards Canelo and Teofimo, but yet Charlo ducked Andrade, Charlo ducked Danny Jacobs, Charlo avoided Canelo's contract. Now he wants Benavidez to take a vaccine, wear a mask, and stand 6 feet apart social distancing while they fighting. Incredible, man. Incredible. What you think about that? You think he's ducking him?
Why y'all ducking the call?
Yeah, I don't think that he's ducking. I think that he's on the same kind of trajectory that he's been on. He knows it.
Yeah, but how does he expect to get a Canelo fight if he's acting like a diva now, and he's not even an A-side type of fighter? Imagine if he was an A-side fighter.
Well, I don't think he expects to get the fight though. Not anymore.
On PBC, man. If he fights Benavidez, and I personally think he beats Benavidez easily.
Yeah, I think he beats Benavidez too. That's why I don't think they make that fight.
Who next? Who
Charlo
next?
beats Benavidez?
Yeah, I think he beats him.
Who, Charlo?
PBC, baby.
BoxingVoice.com. I'm the flyest. Canelo talking about he believes he can win. Go to my kitchen. Get the sharpest knife and cut the bullshit out. I don't care what you do good. I do every fucking thing great.
Mr. PBC, baby.
Yo, shout out to TBV, what's good?
What's happening?
Yo, shout out to reverse racism. Seems like when you talk about Canelo, it's just always reverse. But, I think Charlo shouldn't do that little tactic right there with the vaccine. I mean, obviously, if you get COVID tested, you're cool. Obviously, you have to. Getting a vaccine, and I heard something about an age, like, come on, man, that's just, he don't need no vaccine to fight you. Like, what is he gonna cough on you? But I would like to see the fight. Let's make the fight happen. I think it's an excuse. I have Charlo beaten. I mean, it'll be a 50-50 fight, to tell you the truth. It's hard to really judge that fight. But yeah, shout out to reverse racism and Cinnamon and Hoshada.
Yo, real quick.
Hold on.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Charlo beats Benavidez? Is that what you said? Charlo beats Benavidez?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, you.
I didn't say that. Oh, somebody asked a question. Are you talking about the caller?
Yeah.
Yeah. He had said that he thought Charlo beats Benavidez, and I said yes.
Yeah,
I agree
said
too.
Charlo beats
You agree that Charlo beats Benavidez?
Yeah. My bad. I didn't know you were talking about the call.
I agree too. That's what I was wondering if you. I agree. I'm gonna second that.
Yeah. No, I think, and I was agreeing with the caller because he had said it first. So, but yeah, I definitely think so. Real quick though, I do want to make this point, and I don't want this to turn into yo, I'm an anti-vaxxer. Oh, you're getting cancer and AIDS. Like, I don't want it to turn into no political type of issue. But understand that the vaccine, it introduces, or rather it takes away certain things that are possible right now. Like right now, you leave your hotel room, right? You're done. It don't matter if you test again. You exit the bubble, you're done, right? I'm not saying that still wouldn't be the case, but it seems like if you were to have the vaccine, or people were to be vaccinated, situations where we're still in that weird phase where some people are vaccinated, some people aren't, that doesn't cancel an entire show because somebody had a mental lapse. And yes, I know that that's not really a great excuse. People should stay where the fuck they are. But all I'm saying is it doesn't ruin fights. You know what I'm saying? Like what's the word I'm looking for? Like not stipulation, but like all the stressors that are on there, like a few of them get taken off. You know what I'm saying? Like there are other aspects to the vaccine that can help in terms of negotiating, keeping a fight on. How many fights have we seen, fall through for people not adhering to protocols and not staying in the bubble and catching COVID and all that stuff, or their trainers catching it? Like, it doesn't derail as much is all I'm trying to say.
All right. Who's next?
Next up is our main event out of Florida, Keem the Dream.
There's nothing in the sponge for Izzy. He ain't got nothing in there.
J-Mac giving excellent instructions over there to Keem the Dream.
The winner by unanimous decision is Keem the Dream.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
What up?
Yeah, what up?
What up? What up? What up? A good show, man. Good interview with Paul, man. So what's the topic? It's Charlo and Benavidez.
It says that Charlo says he'll fight GGG. Eubank's daddy was Shivering, and he's saying that vaccinoli is not a 168-pounder. That's Charlo, Jermall.
Yeah. Well, look, I like that fight. I think that's a good fight. Benavidez and Big Charlo, man. That's a good fight. I'm gonna give Big Charlo the slight edge on that. I think I'd pick him to win, but not like by a long shot. That's a close fight. I'd like to see him fight Triple G still too. The Eubank fight, not really interested in that. Honestly, I don't think Eubank is on Big Charlo, on either Charlo's level, especially Big Charlo. But I want to see that Benavidez fight. That'd be a good fight. I give Charlo the advantage because he's got the faster feet. He's more athletic. He's explosive. I think he's got the harder jab. Benavidez, the bigger guy, got faster hands, but his feet are slow and flat. And I think I'd give Charlo, the edge on that fight. But yeah, man, that's all I got. Good show.
So you got the faster feet over Marvin? Nah, don't worry about that. Yo, thank you very much, Key, man. Have fun out there, man. Stay safe. Train hard. Who we got next?
Hey, Daddy, this a dollar beat.
I drink soda, I eat pizza, I hang out with chicks all day. These fighters still can't beat me. They fighting every day, they in the gym every day. Just give me 6 weeks, and I got it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Buenos dias.
Hey, this is what I'm gonna say, because Mario and Francis both said something that spiked my attention here. We gotta stop letting these fighters giving them excuses to get out of fights, man. This is a good damn fight. I don't care. Like, we're boxing fans. We know how good these two are. This is a great fight. Anyone who's a fan would love to see this fight. I don't care about a belt. I don't care about... At the end of the day, it's a great fight. Charlo can make his own... We don't need him to chase Canelo. This is an excellent fight without Canelo. Forget Canelo. Canelo's on his European bashing path, So let this fight happen. Like you guys were saying, well, what does it do for them? It's high risk, low reward. No. Stop with that high risk, low reward stuff. We want to see a great fight. This is a good damn fight. I want this fight.
Cut it.
All right. Thank you so much.
I actually agree with him, and I try to look at things more like that these days, because I think doing this for as long, and you can see it with Ness too, he does this a lot. It's like, if you know realistically a fight can't happen, it sours in your head. Even like really great fights, but you're like, okay, well, the politics won't let it happen. So then it's like your subconscious like makes it seem like it's not as good a fight because you know that it really can't happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that sounds weird, but trust me, it's this weird thing where if I know that the politics won't let a fight happen, I don't really take much stock in it. No matter how awesome the fight sounds or seems, I don't know. It's just kind of like a punch to the nuts.
Your sentiments, or what's the phrase? My sentiments exactly, man. That's how I feel. Like, you can't get up for something you know is fake.
So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Hey, with that comment. No, that was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit. We're doing live TV. I don't care. What you gonna do about it?
I'll tell you this, mother. Why do you have to talk like that? Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. If you have a problem, turn off your station. I'm the best ever.
What's up? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Ness, what's that first caller you went to that talking about the LBC?
Maldonado, David Maldonado.
Yeah, that dude always calling with a biased call, so he can't talk about nobody bias, hate, or race. Because he always cheering up every Latino fighter. I don't hear him talk good about no black fighter. So tell him go ahead. He can miss the whole panel with that bullshit. But Jermall Charlo and Benavidez is a good fight, man. I'm not gonna sit there and say that's weak for him to talk about some vaccine. That's him. He a million that type of fighter. So he looking at his brand and protecting his brand. We can't say that's a weak tactic move. We just want the fight to happen. So the vaccine is something they gotta come and agree with. They take it. But it's a good fight. I got Jermall Charlo winning a close fight because I like Benavidez. He got fast hands. His feet is a little slow, but Charlo got
Cut it. Zorro, Georgia, in Savannah.
What's up, fellas? Hey,
What's up?
Real quick.
What up?
If Benavidez got to take that shot, how long he got to wait to do the fight? Because I'm getting over COVID. So it knocks you out. It beats your ass. So if he takes the shot, that hurts you. My girl is in the medical field. She done had COVID too. And she done had to, wait to take the shot. And then there's people in there that done took the shot and they getting adverse effects. And then they going on their second shots. And now you got people really sick. So if he takes the shot, how long do he gotta wait to get the fight?
But I mean, I guess everyone is different, right? But again,
everybody's different. So if Benavidez take the shot, so if Benavidez take the shot, I don't know how his body work compared to everybody else. Like me, I tried to work through my COVID. Like I was moving, I was running around with the dog. I
actually heard that that's not the best way to do it. For healthy people, it's like rest. I think is for like the healthiest people. The rest is the fastest way it's gonna go through your system. But that said, you could say that. And again, I don't want this to be on no vaccine, anti-vax, whatever. But he could also catch the COVID, you know what I mean? And then how long is he waiting for that fight again? So it's it's a catch-22.
Not only that though, you take the vaccine today and you have your fight 90 days from now. That's
word, exactly. Yeah. Or you make the fight and then you catch COVID within those 8 to 12 week promotion.
Listen, I'm not promoting the vaccine.
You can catch COVID. Is that true? Even after having the vaccine, you can still catch.
Yeah, that's true. Listen.
The risk, right?
Absolutely. Listen, the truth is that medicine isn't nearly as like it's not nearly as like 100%. There is a anomaly for everything, okay? Every single thing you bring to the table, there's an anomaly. For all the people that are in comas, that is 99.9999% chance that their brain is dead, they're never waking up. Guess what? Somebody's woken up before. You know what I'm saying? So there's an anomaly for everything. So I don't know.
All I'm going to say is my significant other has taken it, and she got sick on the second shot, but nothing crazy. Like stomach sick, lasted a few hours, and
same thing with my wife. Exact same thing. Actually, me too. I felt worse the second shot, but it's not anything. And it was all 24 hours, like on the dot. Like I woke up the next morning, I'm like, damn, I don't feel good. And then literally that same time the next day, perfect. You know what I'm saying? But
because they hit you with the COVID, a small dose on the first shot, then a bigger dose on the second shot.
Word.
It's like the flu, man. They give you the flu. Like, here, Mario, take that. Yo,
have you guys had the flu shot? Have you had the flu shot?
Nah, man, I missed my window.
I can't even tell you if I got it, man, because that's so long ago. Your parents had to do that shit. I don't even remember. Man.
I was supposed to get it when I went to the doctors in December, and that's when they tested me for my kidney infection, and so they wouldn't give it to me.
You still do it as an adult? You still take the flu shot as an adult?
Yeah.
Oh shit, you too?
Yeah.
I've never taken it, but you can.
I know.
You can like the majority of people, bro. I never had the flu in my life.
You're lying, bro. You've never had the flu.
Mario, think about how long you've known me. and how many times you've called me.
He's never sick, dog.
Exactly.
Never
think about when you call me to
sick.
say and like, yo, we ain't doing the show. And I'm like, I got the fever. I never got shit, nigga.
Bro, as long as I've known Ness, I've never heard him sound sick, act sick.
I had a cold. I had a cold one time, and I ain't saying I've only had a cold one time. I'm saying
I get what you're saying.
I remember I had a serious cold a few years ago, and Matt from Ohio recommended those pills over the counter that you gotta have a license for, Sudafed, and I promise you, it sounds like it's a Spanish drug because it's called, like, you know, if you pronounce it in Spanish, it's called Sudafed, and in Spanish that almost means sweat your fever, and that pill makes you sweat that fever. Let me tell you. You gotta have a license to buy it because they say people use it to make methamphetamine.
Yeah. Wait, so that's really what or not really what it, but it closely translates in Spanish to.
I mean, the pronunciation of it in Spanish definitely means Sudafed. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Yo, I'll tell you real quick. 10-second story. I was super sick. I had the flu in college, right? But I didn't know I was having the flu. I went into work. I worked at a convenience store. I swear to God, this is a true story. My dad, he manages all these stores, right? So he knew I was sick. He came in to check up on me, and my mom gave me not Sudafed. What's the other one that puts you under?
NyQuil?
For allergies. Benadryl. They gave me Benadryl. I had never taken it before. Yo, I was filling up the sodas in the back in the vault. You know what I mean? Where you open up the fridge and shit. I was filling up the sodas, or Red Bull's, beer. Yo, I fucking fell asleep back there. Legit for like 45 minutes.
Right in the fridge?
And it's luckily in the fucking freezer, bro. I sat down. I was like, damn, I'm getting tired. I had my headphones in, so I just put my head down. I had a hell yeah, it was cold, but I had like a big ass jacket on. I had my beanie. Oh, yo, I fell asleep for real inside that bitch, and it was crazy.
Yo, y'all ever had a chicken pox? Yeah,
I had them.
I think I had it when I was small. I remember those spots on your body. Let me get to Steve in Chicago with a kind of
go ahead.
Go. I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say most people, these kids nowadays, they're growing up, they don't get it. Nobody don't get the chicken pox.
I know. It's weird, right?
No, because the government ain't giving you the chicken pox no more. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. When you get the chicken pop shot, they be giving it to you. Same thing with the flu, they giving it to you. Same thing with the COVID, they giving you a little bit to see if you're immune. There's people out there for everything that are asymptomatic, right? That they don't get it. They're like I Am Legend and shit. That one dude, he golden. We got a super chat. Counterpunch.
Steve.
All right, can you hear me?
We hear you.
Yep.
All right. We're going to do this like this. So Charlo just got off a pay-per-view, right? So who is he going to fight that's on that list that you would pay for? Like, I would pay for Charlo Benavidez. They would get my $70.
Preach.
Who is he? These guys don't want, the other guys don't want to fight him. Like, where does he go from here? You tell me, tell your audience. Like, let's stop with this nonsense. And to that first caller that JT was talking about, nobody is defending Charlo on this. I don't know where that guy's coming from. I ain't heard nobody defend Charlo on the shit he's saying. The dude's bipolar, man. Like, you want to make money, like, this is the route to go. Forget about, like I said, Canelo's got his own path.
All right. I think you misunderstood the first guy. I'll get to that in a second. Real quick, we got a Anthony Von Lewis Cash App saving us that 30% YouTube cut, who says vaccines are going to be a yearly thing, And as far as David Maldonado was saying, let me see here. That this is the fourth time Charlo has ducked and no one calls him on his shit. He ducked Andre, he ducked Jacobs, and then he ducked Canelo contract, and now he's ducking Benavidez saying vaccines only. So that's what he's saying. He's saying, no one's calling him on that. Info to the Joe. What do you know?
Mr. Info Joe.
This portion of the show we call In the
Mr.
Know,
Info Joe.
presented by my brother.
Yo, good morning, my boxing brothers. What's cracking?
What up? What up? What up?
Morning.
Hey, I agree with Steve, man. I would pay for that fight. Hope it happens. I think it's a 50-50 fight. Yo, I don't mean to be gloom and doom this morning, but my neighbor had died day before yesterday, right? The day before I talked to him, he said he took his second COVID shot. He was an older dude. They don't know how he died. They think it was a heart attack or whatever. They don't know. They ain't got the autopsy report back. It just happened this week, right? But this is what his son told me, that the sheriff told him that came and made the report. They're getting a lot of calls from people taking the second shot in Los Angeles, and that's dying. So,
Damn,
but I don't know for sure that's how he
Y'all
died.
got a bad batch out there.
Could be. I think they shit might be by area code what they give, just like the food in the markets. Some food in different area codes might be the same market, but they get a better quality of food. So you never know, man. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not for sure how he died, but I know he took the second COVID shot, and that's what the sheriff has said. That they're getting a lot of calls from that, though. But
Yo, King Born, why you never make sure you on mute? Always coming on fucking people call up, man. Like, damn, you been on the show mad long and you do that shit all the time.
I heard him and I saw Ness's face and I was like, "Oh, he gonna get it right after this call's over."
He always do that. He'll never be mindful of shit.
Yeah.
Yo, and I had a truck. It ain't that fucking hard. Once you in gear, you can use your hands, man. What the fuck? Yo, Lids Low, The Ringer.
Lids Low.
Decatur, Georgia.
Get your ass in the ring and swing, man.
BoxingWords.com.
Hey, Daddy.
Boxing thinking man's game.
This a dollar bill.
Skill. Up here. You gotta get out and think of motherfucker. That's what BoxingWords.com.
TBV, what's happening, man?
What's up?
What's up? What's up?
Everything, coach, man. Hey, all three of y'all, make sure y'all check out inboxing on Instagram. Got some shit for you. I ain't trying to bash Charlo. Let me just say it like that. I'm real. I expect. Next, you said this the other day. We gotta hold every man accountable for what the fuck he say, bruh. So, Charlo, bro, that's a great ass fight, man. Again, you know I'm that type of fan. I just want to see the great fights. Now, I ain't getting into the political shit, whatever. If the man say the vaccine, if it can be done by Benavidez, just do it, bro. I'm tired of excuses coming up and motherfuckers can't make fights because of whatever. So Benavidez down, Charlo down. We got that part down. Well, let's fix this other little shit so we can have a fight. I just want to see the fight. It's a great fight. I will say I'm going for Benavidez. Now, mind you, I'm a boxing fan. I ain't too much of an individual fan. I match up fights of how they come about. Charlo is great. I'm not taking shit from him. Again, you can cut it.
Hawk, Maryland.
Hello?
Yep.
Oh, all right. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing this morning?
All good.
All right. Good show, fellas. Good show. I heard that Joshua and Tyson Fury didn't agreed on everything, so that's really where it go down. And the Benavidez and Charlo fight. I'd love to see that fight because that is a great matchup. Charlo with that jab. But Benavidez can do a whole lot. He used to spar with Manny Pacquiao a lot back in the day. He used to spar with Manny Pacquiao a lot. When Manny Pacquiao was really good, Benavidez used to spar him a lot. So he got a lot of, and he used to spar with a lot of the top guys out there. So before I take that vaccine, I don't take none of that stuff. So I don't blame Benavidez if he don't take it because you can't get me to take nothing from the government. But have a good show, fellas, and I hope the fight comes off.
Cut it.
You know who that is. That was Hawk, man. Shout out to you. Thank you for the call. Who next?
We got Majid in Orlando.
What up? What up? You can hear me?
Yep.
Majid, what up?
Everybody need to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join Patreon and YouTube members for something. Hey man, I don't really understand how Charlo was talking, whether he was trying to get out of the fight and let him know that he's gonna still fight somebody at 160. But I remember he said that he'd break his neck or something like that just last weekend. I weigh 130. I try not to talk no shit to y'all because I'm too small, you know what I'm saying? If I ain't ready for the smoke, I don't need to open my mouth. So with that being said, and he's sitting there chasing Canelo, it's like, get your own path. If you want them to get talking about you, fight that Benavidez, get that real smoke. If not, I don't even care who he's fighting next because it's looking real boring coming from the PBC side at the 160. But that's all I got.
All right.
All right, Majid.
We
Shout out
got
Majid.
CYP California.
Oh, yo, what up? We was just talking about this on the back call, so anybody think I'm defending Charlo, you're crazy. I told them the other day, I said, do not listen to boxers on social media negotiating fights. They do not pay each other. They are not their own bosses. As much as they tell you and want you to believe that, they are not the ones with the checkbook. The only time that in recent history where fighters have made a fight was Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. But after they met in LA at the Staples Center, they went to each other's hotel room. Ellerby and Floyd were there, and that's how, because who's in the room? Floyd, his own boss, and Ellerby, the manager. You have to go behind closed doors to get this done. Boxers just be talking. I don't listen to Ryan. I don't listen to Tank. I don't listen to nobody. I just look past it and laugh and then go to a show and watch y'all argue over it. These dudes are not their own bosses. Stop believing it. Charlo ain't ducking. Benavidez ain't ducking. Nobody ducks each other. The promoters are the ones.
Cut it. New caller in Atlanta.
New caller.
Who's this?
Hi.
404.
How y'all doing?
What's up, brother? What's your name?
What's good?
My name is Ray.
Ray in Atlanta. Talk to us. What part of Atlanta? Well, I guess Atlanta's Atlanta. Oops.
I'm in zone 6, big dog.
All right.
The real shit. The thing. All right. Don't play the cut it on me, but I do got a few interesting points that I want to give y'all because I box myself and I know about this shit.
Wait, professional? Amateur professional?
No, I used to box amateur in college. I graduated from Bethune-Cookman. But I got some very interesting points of Jermall Charlo and this Triple G fight. For one, I don't think that Jermall Charlo is ready for Triple G. Triple G is a straight coming forward fighter that puts on a lot of pressure and the dude can bang. Two, I don't think that he really wants smoke with the Benavidez guy, David Benavidez, because David Benavidez has a steady jab. And his last fight, what I seen, dude can crack, and dude is an actually smart boxer that folks really give him credit for. With this promoter thing that people saying that they got going on, dude, that's not promoters at all, bro. It takes two to tango, as Ali said, bro. And what I think fighters need to do is get back to the old school boxing ways, like Mike Tyson said. It's very disrespectful when a boxer asks you to fight him and you decline his offer. It's like a slap in the face because you know the other boxer has a family to feed just as well as you. But what I'm saying is, man, all these boxers like Ryan Garcia, Tank Davis, Lomachenko, and
Cut it. We got Sony Cincinnati.
Sony. You just listening?
Sony just listening. We got Stunner, New Jersey.
Well, y'all need to brace yourselves. I'm about to go in. All right, so I keep hearing all these callers call in talking about Charlo versus Benavidez. Let's get something understood. Chris Eubank Jr. knocked out Canelo Alvarez's next opponent cold. Knocked him out cold. And What happened after that? After being knocked out cold, Avni Yildirim was awarded an Andre Darrell fight for no reason because Mauricio Suleiman was hating on Eubank. So let's get something understood here. Chris Eubank Jr. is the person who deserves to be fighting Charlo, and he's the person who deserves to be fighting Canelo. I don't need to hear no Benavidez talk, because even when Benavidez had the belt, he was supposed to fight Chris Eubank Jr. Let's get something understood too. Jermall Charlo, you're a good fighter. You're one of my favorite fighters after Wilder. You don't have better skills. Not saying Jermall Charlo's better, but you're not more skilled than George Groves or Billy Joe Saunders. There's nothing you've done in your career that says you beat Chris Eubank Jr. Nothing. You didn't even knock out Devin Chang. Let's talk.
Cut it. No, I hear you. I hear what he's saying. He's saying, Billy Joe beat Eubank.
He's not wrong. It's
Groves,
just like, what's the sexy name there, though, in America?
Though. Like, I think that Charlo has always been a better fighter than Groves. Always,
yeah, Groves was the one that I was like,
yeah, for sure.
The only thing that Groves might have ever had on Charlo is like aesthetically, Groves seems more in a groove, right? Like he was that white boy, almost like Canelo with style. Like he was in the ring and he had a lot of swag.
Like he turns up the intensity as the
swag.
momentum builds?
No, just swag.
Oh, just swag.
Just
okay.
Aesthetically to the
Charlo's
eyes.
had some swag.
No, I don't mean
swagalicious moments.
I don't mean on his Instagram. I don't mean in dress. I mean in the ring. The way that Groves moves. You understand? Like Ali. How
I get it.
Like the way that Groves moves in the ring. He had swag. That's like, and that doesn't do anything. Cause look, I'm obviously the only one that saw that.
No. But he's not wrong. Like you can't compare a David Benavidez and Chris Eubanks in terms of where they rank in style and who they fought and all that without and make it sound like David Benavidez is light years ahead of Eubank. Like that's not the case. But I think that the point goes back to what Steve made
wait, because to counter that, all right, David isn't light years above Eubank, but David is more. I think everybody would agree. David got more power than Eubank.
I could agree with that.
I think everybody would agree. I think everybody would agree that David is more accurate. I think he's way more accurate than Eubank. Eubank is wild. Billy Joe tamed the shit out of him. And
that's true.
And then Groves, I think Groves did the same thing, right? He lost twice already, right?
Well, okay, look, but here's the thing that what you got to understand about what you're saying is it's like David Benavidez, where is that mark? Where is the marker at? Like he's looked good against what caliber of opponents, right?
Yeah, but it's the style though.
Yes. Okay, and that's a good point, and that's fair.
His style with Eubank style is perfect for TV, but Eubank folds.
Well, but here's the thing. I don't want to get caught on this side of the debate because I agree with you. Okay, my only point is that to counter his argument, all I'm trying to say is that it's like that famous saying, that judge said, you don't know what it is, but when you see it, you know it. And David Benavidez is that guy. Like he's just a sexier name. I think he does more for you as an American fighter than Chris Eubank. What does it do on a global scale? Maybe it's worthwhile. And I don't hate the Eubank fight at all.
You're right. No, but you're right. The Benavidez fight is a bigger fight for Charlo. You can't put Eubank in here, man. First of all, Eubank ain't even been able to beat nobody on his domestic side. Like, he ain't even the domestic number one. Like, he lost to Billy Joe and he lost to George Groves, dog. Like, come on, man. You tripping out here. You capping big time for Eubank. But he's a decent fighter. But he
called with that ferocity.
He never beat a Jermall Charlo type. Matter of fact, where's the world champion he ever beat? Who's the world champ? DeGale? DeGale at the end of his career?
James DeGale.
Come on, man.
Arthur Abraham.
Yeah, he's gonna say they're not champs,
No, Arthur Abraham was a former champ.
Arthur Abraham was a 168.
He fought them both at the end of their He fought three people at the end of their career. And he can't even do George Groves. Callum did him. Remember, that was the tournament. That was the tournament. So he lost to Groves. And Callum, the young fighter, did what Eubank should have done. So let's not forget that. He lost, he fought world champions that were old. Like Abraham, think about when Darrell
Who are the two guys that he fought late?
What you mean
Arthur
late?
Abraham,
George Groves, and Korobov, James DeGale, they all old.
Korobov, okay, but he wasn't the world champion anyway, right?
Nah, just the world champions. Former world champ DeGale, Groves, Abraham.
How old was Groves?
Bruh, Groves retired after the Callum Smith fight, man. This was in the tournament. This was the seed one.
Bro, they fought in 18. He was like 29, bro.
Bro, he
30.
retired. Remember that Groves had wars. Look.
I know. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they weren't. Well, yeah. Okay, I get. Okay.
What I'm trying to tell you is this. George Groves, like Nonito Donaire, right? George Groves, like Nonito Donaire, is an old name, former world champion, but at that point, George Groves was the WBA. WB, World Boxing Super Series, calls them, yo, we want you in the tournament. Right? They are names to get eyeballs on the tournament. Eubank and Callum Smith are there to capitalize.
Sure.
George Groves beat the young fighter to get to the finish line with the young fighter and retired versus the young fighter. That's all I'm saying. I'm not making this shit up.
I just need you to hear me when I say that anytime you call anybody old and their birthday is right around mine, I'm gonna come at you. No, I saw his 88 with George Groves, and I was like, he's calling him old.
I hear you,
I
but
was born in 86.
It's more about miles,
being
man.
War tested, being tested or being war torn. Yeah.
If you watched George Groves' career, remember he lost early, but I had him beating DeGale, but he lost early to DeGale. I think it was they was like 11-0. They did that shit in front of like 13,000 people.
Well, he lost to Carl Froch.
Yeah, after that.
He
lost to Carl Froch way after that twice in 2 wars. That's what I'm saying. He beat
DeGale.
He beat DeGale. He beat DeGale, but he robbed DeGale.
Yes.
But it wasn't a robbery. It was a good fight, but DeGale should have won that fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He went on to lose. You were right though, because George Groves fought my man Glenn Johnson. You fought Glenn Johnson.
We got a super chat. Did we get to the counterpunch?
Right, he won his title from Fedor Chudinov. Like he made Chudinov a name in boxing.
Shit, that's right.
Come
I
on,
forgot
man.
that.
Yo, people tripping, but whatever. It's whatever.
Did we get to the counterpunch?
Oh shit, no. Who? CYP,
no, I didn't see that.
CYP counterpunch.
Yo. Imagine if Terrence Crawford today said, okay, on social media, you know what? I'll fight you, Sean Porter. Guess what Bob gonna say? And who's gonna fucking pay for it? And it's not gonna happen. Stop it. Get some help. Secondly, man, I'm not about to argue about the Charlo thing because homeboy had a lot of passion, and I don't want nobody getting mad at me in 2021. Nobody thinks that Eubank is beating Charlo, so don't argue with us on TBV. Go argue with the world, okay? The world. If you think that Trout and Julian Williams aren't better than 37-year-old Arthur Abraham, then you really don't know boxing, my guy. I'm sorry to tell you. And Steve Pass, if you think that AJ can fight who he wants to, then he wouldn't have told you that the $50 million is not going to work because Sky and everybody else was going to take a cut, and then I was only going to get a certain amount of money. Then you have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Canelo and Floyd are the only 2 bosses who can determine who the hell they're going to fight.
Cut it. That was a very good call. You are right.
Very on it, man, for sure.
I'm with you all the way, but I still do very much believe that if Crawford did say that on social media and carried that over into the business room or the boardroom, so to speak, that he can tell Bob that's my next fight, right? So when you say Bob would say, yeah, who's gonna pay him? Again, that's what happens when you're the A side, right? You choose, like Loma allegedly, right? We don't have facts on it. I know Tio says it's not true, but that's Tio's side versus Loma's side. Loma says he took money out of his check to give the money to Tio that he wanted.
Right.
So no different there. So if Bob is saying, well, I'm only paying Sean Porter $1 million, But Terrence is on social media saying he wants this fight. Terrence's mandatory minimum is $3 million. He can absolutely say, give him 500,000 out of my 3.
Right.
That's all
easy.
I'm saying.
Easy. Or give up a million.
So Terrence may not be the boss or the one to write. He may not be the dude. And I didn't mean to say boss. Strike that from your mind. Terrence may not be the one in CYP's scenario that cuts the check, but Terrence, as the franchise, can absolutely dictate the check. He doesn't have to take his mandatory minimum to make a fight. If you really want to make a fight, you don't got to say, you got to pay me what you said you was going to pay me. No, you want to make this fight. That's why Floyd Mayweather took 30%. That's on ESPN.com. He took 30%
against
to fight
De La
Hoya. He took bigger gloves to fight De La Hoya. He did everything De La Hoya has because that's what you got to do sometimes to be in that position, you know?
And that's it. A lot of people don't understand. You got to play your role until it's your turn, you know what I'm saying, to get an opportunity to do the same thing, to dictate the pace, you know what I'm saying? You got to go up the ranks, you know what I'm saying, work your way from the bottom, and when you get to the top, you know what I mean, now you can either change it or you can dictate. Because Floyd changed it. Floyd changed the way that they did things. It made the O so much more important because during the time of the Hagler and Hearn, and it was just fights, man. It's just these guys fighting each other, the best fighting, the best. Worry about wins or losses, you know.
He didn't make the O important. He made the O valuable.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like money, like money wise.
Yeah, your check it remains or gets higher the longer you remain undefeated. We went to Brandon today, right? Or Brandon was me?
No, we didn't. No, we didn't.
Okay, because I know he and I had spoke earlier, so I could confuse it. I feel like we played the intro though. No? Am I true?
Nah, I don't think so.
I mean,
I don't think so.
He was on all 3 shows yesterday because he's a G like that.
Hey, whole nother time zone. Jumped up from back with our mind on. Can't play when you here, get your life stole. If you bring it here, then the price grow. Folks jabbing and punching the line long. I drop a pigeon, let 9 go. We slap with the fake glass and white go. This only happens in Ohio.
What's going on, y'all? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Clear.
Taking this DOT 30 out here on the road in the snow. Real truck driving shit. But man, I agree with you, man. I was thinking it before you said Sergio Martinez for Charlo. I was thinking it like, man, they fuck around and give him Sergio. So we was spot on with that. But as far as what's next for them guys, man, it's almost like they gotta fight each other, bro. Because when you look at what Benavidez is doing, he fighting Ronald Ellis. Ain't nobody, excited about that. I mean, what's left for him on PBC? Maybe Lionel Thompson coming up through Stockton upset. I mean, nothing sexy. So, and 160 kind of is getting it's kind of dead right now. So, belt or no belt, man, the best fight for them dudes is to fight each other. Unless, Danny Jacobs come back to Fox or PBC. I know he's still signed to Al. Maybe they do Charlo versus Danny Jacobs. But Charlo said he ain't fighting Danny Jacobs. Danny Jacobs and Boo need to fight each other. So I don't know what they're going to do if they don't fight each other. It ain't going to be nothing too exciting, though. But, yeah, man, get it in. I think that's a 50-50 fight, in my opinion, though.
Cut it.
Yeah. Thank you for your call, man. Who's next? Thank you for your call.
I'm that guy. What you want to bet on? Bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million. You getting that money, right? Easy. Let's bet $1 million easy. And I for the bread. When I him, y'all gonna say he was too weak on my life.
Okay, bow down, bitches. I'm about to handle business. I'ma teach you all a lesson. This'll only take a minute. Got a part and all this passion in my blood. Niggas hating just because. Think about it. Everybody love Bud. J-Mac, where you at? All these niggas hating on me. Shit is whack. So official with it. Don't check the stats. Hey, I'm out here trying to get it. I only got a minute.
All right. No J-Man. What about Mitty? Mitty.
I am the unified heavyweight champion of the world.
I know you're booing me because I whipped the fighter's ass, but you know, that's boxing.
On this side of the pond, we're serious, do you know what I mean? UK, Great Britain boxing is on the map.
My God, I feel terrible. I feel terrible that I'm living in your red rent free.
Hey, yo, how you doing, guys?
What's up?
Man, I've only been listening for a little while, and Sky been going like up and down, man. It's a bit weird, but I think I get what's going on. Is it like still that Charlo thing where he said like Benavidez needs to get like vaccinated if they're gonna fight?
Yeah, vaccine. Saying he's not a 168 pounder. He's just challenging them.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's okay. As far as the vaccine is concerned, like, I don't blame Charlo. You have to understand what's going on, man. It's a very crazy situation where people get infected easily and shit like that. So, I mean, like, how can you blame someone for asking their partners to wear protection, man? That's all good, man. And like, if he's not a 168 fighter, I don't know. He is a 168 fighter. So I don't know what that is all about, but nah, man, I get him on the vaccination stuff.
All right. We got Davidian, Buffalo Falls.
Davidian.
Yo, what's good, TBV? What's good, Ness Heyman?
What's good?
What's Mario?
Yo.
What's good, everybody? I mean, I hope this fight happens, though. You know, it's a good fight. I like it. It's like a 50-50 fight. They would definitely get my money if they made this fight, though. I feel like that's definitely you can make that a pay-per-view fight because Benavidez and Charlo, and they can both fight, you know. So I would love to see that little like chess match. And they young guys, so obviously Benavidez being the younger one. The vaccine thing, I don't know. I kind of disagree, sadly, but I feel like if I pass a test and you pass a test, then we can fight. Why do I have to get a vaccine?
Cut it.
King Born.
King Born, what up?
When you see old dirty bastard fall in a position like that, then you know that I'm getting ready to bust your...
Hey, yo, pardon self, man. Peace. I thought I had muted, so you know I don't mean to try to come in here hot and cause a lot of grief to people. You know what I mean? Listen, man, yo, what the hell happened with with my man, yo? They took that fight out of space. Was he trying to fight on Chris Eubanks, man? They put that shit on a spaceship and put it out of space in Mars, man. We all forgot about that. Now they run with David Benavidez. Listen, man, they just got to get it on. Let's get the fights. Listen, everybody right now that's in the Dallas-Fort Worth, J-Mac, Trey, checking on y'all. It's like a 20-mile backup, man. So I'm coming through Dallas, yo. The highway ain't even moving on 20 East. So I'm just giving y'all heads up. Hey, yo, Ness, man, we gonna get it popping tonight, man. We gonna get it popping tonight on the Thursday fight, and you gotta do some live fight chats this weekend, y'all. Peace.
Yo, don't forget, we're going to be doing a pre-sale soon. I didn't make it to the gym because I ended up doing the Border Wars show last night. But we're going to be doing a pre-sale for the tickets once I get a full head count on capacity from the gym owner. So, yeah, man.
What are your rough estimates?
Well, I remember having a conversation asking him what was the capacity because I feel it's small. I thought he told me 100. So then, you know, we got to minus whatever staff and whoever he's going to have there and then go from there. But I want to do a pre-sale, obviously, because, you know, I don't want to really have that many walk-ins because then we got to have people at the door and, oh, did he pay? Oh, this guy said he paid. Ness, come to the table. It's like, I ain't got time for that bullshit.
But let's be real. Most of these tickets are going to go to fighters who plan to have certain people in attendance
Nah, I mean,
anyway,
there's
right?
people-
So
there's people that are traveling. There's people that live there, right?
Well,
There's
all
people
I
that
mean
just
is
want to
that-
see.
all
Like
I
Lids
mean is
Low
that-
just wants to come. King Born just
yes,
wants
yes.
to come.
No,
Sony
no, no.
just
And that's
wants
what
to
I
come.
mean is the people that want to come, they want to plan to come, and so it benefits them as much as it benefits us to do it early.
Oh yeah, definitely, man, definitely. We're trying to, finalize everything. Francis and I have found some B&Bs.
I saw them.
I
I saw
so
them.
we're trying to get the
I saw the
fighter-
ones y'all put in the pre-pro.
We're trying to get the fighter house squared away. Doomy is finalizing the turnbuckles and ring aprons. We might have all that stuff for this season as well. So
For this next one.
IBO finalized those medallions, and I got the winners medallions on. They heavy. Greatness, what up?
How we living? That's how we living, Francis.
I mean, we might
What's
be
up? What's
blessed,
up?
man. We might be blessed,
Thankful, man. Very thankful.
I might have been able to find a situation for your situation.
Man, so we all thankful, man. We all grateful, man. Definitely, Francis, I heard that. But yo, Ness, man, you putting it together. You dig what I'm saying? And we moving and grooving, man. Definitely, I want to take the time out to shout outs to Coach O. You dig what I'm saying? I got some sparring in yesterday.
Ooh.
So,
How'd that go? You got some tapey tape?
yeah, man. I'm gonna send that to you, man. I'm gonna send that to you.
Oh, is that why you sound stuffed up? They hit you in the nose?
Nah, man, nah, not at all, not at all. I actually just not getting up not too long ago, man.
Oh,
but
so you groggy eyed, your eye ain't shut.
nah, not at all, man. But yo, man, we y'all gonna see that, man.
Yo,
Definitely,
how
man,
you felt though, man? Let me hear something though. How was it? Like, damn, like, yo, or
nah, man. It's more improvement needed, man. You dig what I'm saying? We're not gonna get this all in one shot. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm excited. I can't wait to go back to Coach O. They got me on every Wednesday. You feel what I'm saying? At least with Coach O. So that's the most consistent sparring that I'm.
You're gonna be a problem, man. Keem gonna regret that he called you out, man. The fact that you train with like 3 different trainers and you travel to train, like, you about to take the TBV championship right out of Keem's hands, man. I can see it, man. Oh shit!
Well,
did I say Keem?
I
meant to say the winner, Keem and Marvin, man.
I got work to do, man. Shout outs to Keem, shout outs to everybody else, man. We all be talking or whatever, but I got work to do. We all got work to do because we striving for greatness this Border Wars 10, man. That's what we doing, man. So shout outs to everybody, and we again, man, we striving for greatness, man. Let's make it work.
All right. Nah, man. Last right hook I seen as powerful as yours was Mario Monguia. Let me go out to Adrian in Wisconsin.
Say what?
Adrian.
What's good? Can y'all hear me?
We hear you.
What's happening?
We hear you.
Man, not too much. Out here driving these people around, doing my civic duty, to help the old people and the disabled.
Good Samaritan out there.
That's what's up.
Yeah. You got to give back. When God is good to you got to be good to others.
That's right.
So yeah, man, I love me some Sergio Martinez. I ain't gonna lie, he one of my top 5 favorite fighters, but I do not want to see that man come back to fight no Charlo.
Hey,
please.
Man, he earning his shot. He number 5.
Hey, I know he's number 5, but did we all see the last fight he was at? His knee was done. His knee was trash.
He came back after Cotto.
But still, man, that knee, like his style, that hands down, jumping around all them years playing soccer, like, I just don't want to see him come back with that hands down style and get caught up and rocked like that, To me, he was a great champion. So I don't want to see that. But that David Benavidez, you can go ahead and take my money for that. I want to see that fight. That's the fight I want to see made.
Me too. We got a cash app from Mulatto. Mulatto, that's what happened, bro. I ain't say that because I didn't know who it was from. You know what I'm saying? I knew I didn't call it the first name, but anyway, he says, you see Bill Haney putting a purse bid to Teofimo? Let's see. I know he probably said if it goes to purse bid, he gonna put an offer, but so did Eddie Hearn. And yeah, Bob said, you know, if T.O. wants, I don't know, Bob out here tripping, yo. I mean, that's not, now he doing it to T.O. and Bud. Only one was valuable to him is Vasil, obviously. But that's everybody. J-Mac is available.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't know what's going on with my Skype. I heard my intro, but it just started tripping. Now, I don't see why Bud would drop just because y'all want him to drop his money for a guy that he can't get nothing off. Y'all feel like he still got to prove himself. So why would he drop his purse for somebody trying to challenge him for a belt? That makes zero sense. For his Jermall Charlo in his career, I mean, all respect to Lil Charlo, he doing his things, fighting the fights. He have no problem getting the fights or fighting top guys in his weight class. Jermall Charlo seems to have that issue, and for some reason, why I don't see why he's not focusing on unifying, which can be his biggest win of his career, and also give him prop, going towards the Canelo fight and what have you. So if they want to stay stuck on this bitch fit from what happened about 5 years ago, and it didn't even involve him, it was involving Jermall Charlo. So he wants to hold a little grudge and what have you. I don't care who he fights. He could put these stimulations in against Benavidez. I pick Benavidez.
Yo, so Molato still wants to fight. Alaska went ghost, so we need a cruiserweight, man. And now Sean took a fight. I mean, but you know, Sean and Smoke 'em Out Jay. Actually, Sean needs to pay, but Smoke 'em Out Jay has, and you know. Oh, you have an announcement there. Go ahead, champ. You took your COVID, you ready? You flying in? You bought your ticket? What?
So yo, listen, man. I just want to say, you know what I'm saying, first and foremost, let me get my speech together real quick. First and foremost, you know, I just want to, you know, say thank you to you. I want to say thank you to the whole entire TBV family. You know what I mean? The whole Border Wars family for all the good things that they have said and done to me during my whole entire career here at TBV. For me personally, it was exciting to get into a training camp and learn how to fight on that level, and it was completely amazing. I want to thank my family for allowing me to go through it. You know what I'm saying? My opponent, their family, all the trash that we was talking, all the entertainment that we was, you know what I'm saying, offering to the people. I actually got some footage that I still want to send, you know what I'm saying, to send some shockwaves through the whole Border Wars. But regretfully, I have to pull out of Border Wars 10 because of just a lot of restrictions that's happening that not only is affecting me, but my family. And when it comes down to the family, I got to know when to walk away. So unfortunately for this Border Wars, I have to pull out. I bought everything, my waist protector, my head, everything, gloves. Super excited to get down and do my thing. I was talking to my opponent, but yeah, I gotta pull out of this fight. What
happened? What happened?
It's just I'll talk to you a little bit off air about it, but it's just too much restrictions from that is not only affecting me but my family. Some things to do with the family that I can't put them through. For myself, it's cool, but for them, it's out of the question for me. So yeah, I got to do that. And I was talking to Stainless about it, and you know, like a true G that he is, obviously he understood, and we talked about some other things that we're gonna keep between us. But yeah, I'm looking for it. Yo, honestly, it's for me, it's tough because I want to. Yo, you don't understand, man. I work my ass off, man. I put the work in. I was running, doing everything I was supposed to do. Looking good in training, looking, you know what I'm saying, good. And to me, could do better, obviously, but yeah, I can't wait for to when this
yo,
ends
yesterday
up.
I had just said that I thought for sure that fight was happening because because I thought you just had to do the 3-day test.
Yeah, nah, they're making it even worse, man, by the day. like they keep adding things, because that's what the due diligence is. I'm trying to hold out as long as I can, checking to make sure like how often they're updating, you know what I'm saying, the restrictions. And you know what I'm saying, I got the whole family, like, you know what I'm saying, wife, everybody just checking to see how much they're doing the updates. And when I get updates, I hear them like, yo, come on, man. They just keep, you know, they're really making it tough for people to leave, because a lot of people are trying to escape the cold for vacation. So you know, they not playing with it at all, man. So I thought I was cool with just the test here and back, but then they added some other shit that, nah, I'm not really with that.
I hear you, man. That's understandable. But that is all the callers, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll be back with another one. Remember, we did 3 shows yesterday, and you know that's my new goal. My new Floridian goal here is 3 a day, man. Keep the shakes away, right? You know, I know people say when we not here, they get those shakes. So here we're going to try and get 3 a day. Maybe every day we can't. Maybe every day we can. I mean, definitely today we're going to do 2. It's Thursday. So we got Flagship Thursday. So many fights to talk about. A lot of news and notes. So join us on the next one. That's GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Peace.
But yo, not to cut you though, just to let y'all know that everybody at 1668, y'all notice, because that's giving me more time to work, sharpen my tools, and I'm gonna get as much work as I can. Like, you know what I'm saying? Keep talking, you better win your fight. Stainless, we definitely gotta run it back on some, like, yo, we was gonna fight the first time for sure at some point, you know what I mean? But like, I'm coming even more
what
ferocious.
What y'all's fight was gonna be at? You and Stainless supposed to fight at what weight?
68.
68?
Yeah. And speaking of it, like, I was at the weight and he was at the weight. I've been at the weight. I'm trying to keep the weight, like real shit. Like, now that like we ain't fighting, I can talk about it. Like a lot of stuff that was going on, man. There's a lot of things, but like that now I understand so much more about boxing and how it is tough for fighters to make things happen, man. Like I'm super grateful for the opportunity. You know what I mean? Even when you spend a lot of money and then your fight break down, like Wilder spent money and then Povetkin failed his test and he can't go. Like, you get to understand it, like, because I spent a boatload of money on training, on equipment and stuff, and to not be able to use it and do it is tough. But you know,
imagine you wouldn't have took my advice when you caught me and you would have did that other shit you was about to do.
Right. What? Oh man, that shit would have been stupid.
Yeah, man. But listen, we'll be back. Mulatto, you could contact Stainless, but you 200 and he's 168. That ain't gonna happen. But if we can find you a cruiserweight, we will. You know, but he didn't want Sean either. You know, this is his first fight, so we don't really. I mean, maybe Chach the dad. I don't know if Chach is still available, but yeah. Catch us on the next one. Peace.
All right, you already know, man. Next up, Sports Talk, NEX UP Sports Talk. You can catch me personally, or you can catch me on the weigh-in boxing on IG and the weigh-in on YouTube. Peace, y'all. Hit the subscribe button on the way out. Mario, what up? You on mute, champy.
Call him Frozen Face.
At Mario McGee on Twitter, at Mario McGee on Instagram.
Peace.
Yeah.